2011 senior year made history. Football, we took it to the playoffs. Collinsville, white and purple, yeah, we are the K-House. I said the K-House, the school of champions. We laugh a lot, we rap a lot. I'm asked to be an Indian again. I'm telling them that Collinsville is where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, it's Collinsville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a K-Hawk. I'm about to graduate. Yeah. You know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long, I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1-2, but we're #1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the chiefin' crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right. Now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm in the back cause everybody rolling with me. K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Look, all the freshmen, all the fresh tall boys,
High school champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good evening, everyone, as we welcome you to Granite City and Kevin Green Field here on the campus of Granite City High School as we get you ready for week number 6 of the high school football season as your Collinsville K-Hawks hit the road for a battle with the Granite City Warriors. I am Todd Duke alongside Chris Kettler and Andy Albertina on camera tonight as we welcome you in to the Cullip Jennings Florist pregame show. Cullip Jennings Florist, a staple in the Collinsville area, has been for generations. Cullip Jennings Florist is located at 517 West Clay Street. You can stop in for weekly specials. This week they have Stargazer Lilies. You can get a dozen of them in a stylish vase, all for $30. For more information on that special or anything else Cullip Jennings has to offer, give them a call at 344-0404 or online at cullipjennings.com. Collinsville comes into this contest the same as Granite City. Both teams come in with an overall record of 2-3, and both under first-year coaches. Mike Popovich, of course, the first-year coach for your K-Hawks. Bradley Hasquin is the first-year coach for Granite City. He took the place of Carl Lehman, who went 20-3 over 8 years, 1 playoff appearance. That was in 2011, and this school has 4 playoff appearances since 1986, but no hardware to show for it. We welcome in Chris Kettler now, and Chris, coming off of a couple of teams coming off of lopsided losses last week. Of course, Collinsville coming off of the 74-13 setback by East St. Louis, and the Belleville West Maroons really whipped up on Granite City last week by a tune of 52-7. So here's 2 teams coming off of lopsided losses, and both teams still have playoff aspirations.
That's right. It's time to get a win. If you're either one of these teams, you got to put last week aside, especially the Kahoks playing one of the top teams in the state in East St. Louis. this is a chance to stay alive in the playoff action here against Granite City.
Yeah, so what would it be you're looking for if you want to get over that lopsided loss last week?
Just come out on fire, put the ball in the end zone a few times real early here, and get a blowout of our own. It would be the dream scenario there, but anything you can do to slow down Granite City and control the tempo is, I think, what the Kahoks will really be going for.
I posed that question to Collinsville head coach Mike Popovich, along with many others, just a little while ago. We'll pass that conversation along to you next as the Cullip Jennings Florist pregame show continues here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Cullip Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all design styles from traditional to trend-setting. Cullip Jennings Florist is, of course, your place for beautiful flowers suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Cullip Jennings Florist is there for any of life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online, cullipjennings.com.
And we welcome you back into the Cullip Jennings Florist pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Week 6 of the football season is upon us, and we're on the road for the next 2, starting tonight in Granite City. And joining us now on the pregame show is Collinsville football head coach Mike Popovich. Let's talk a different sport for just a second. A couple of times now I've seen you at volleyball games. Saw you there last night, too, when I was doing the Edwardsville game. You are right over there, man, with the student body cheering section, jumping up and down, making all kinds of noise. You look like you're enjoying yourself out there.
And we have a good time. Coach Billy and I got in the student section. I think we're trying to create that positive culture in Collinsville and just you know, we spend so much time in the weight room with those student athletes, and you want to see them be successful and reap the benefits of their hard work. And you know, when you foster that type of environment of love and appreciation and positivity, you know, they feel that, and in return they want to come back in and they want to work hard. And I think it's important, and we know how many times other student athletes come to our games, and it's important that we do the same. And that was a big game last night for them. It was a big match, and they had an unbelievable second set. They just kept battling. They were so resilient last night. It was fun, and we heard students in our student section say, "Man, this is really fun," and we want to create that. We want that to just continue to overflow into other sports and other activities, and just create a culture that other people look at and say, "Okay, we're jealous of that." So yeah, we had a blast. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, kind of looked that way. All right, let's get back to the game of football. And we have to bring up last week's game against East St. Louis. That was your first time ever seeing them in person, so what was your impressions?
They're good. You know, Coach Billy tried to psych them out a little bit with our music pregame. It did not work. But you know, they were locked in, they were dialed in, and I think that's a credit to our kids, because what happened is we had a big win 2 weeks ago against Fallon, and we had their full undivided attention. They came, and they did not look lackadaisical at all. They came out, and they tried to demoralize us. You know, I understand that the score was very, very lopsided. They're a great football team, but we were able to take away some positives. We had 2 really, really nice drives in the first half. One of them ended in a fourth down where we just missed an open receiver that would have walked in for a score, and then obviously we had the drive at the end of the first that went into the second where Malcolm Burns had the touchdown catch on fourth down. So we did some decent things offensively. Special teams wise, not having Trey Simpson, it hurts, and we've talked about that. Trey's here tonight, and Todd, it blows my mind because you look at kickers throughout every level, and I don't know if they're appreciated enough. And when I've got our defensive line, when I've got a senior, Othello Williams, coming up to me going into last week at East St. Louis asking me if Trey's going to be there, I mean, that tells you how much he matters to us. I mean, he changes the field position battle. I mean, he bangs home extra points. And, yeah, Jake Holton banged one home, but there's just so much more we can do. And so having him back is a big deal. We obviously had a big kick return late. Cam Sloan's he's special defensively. You know what? Even giving up what we did, we were constantly on the field. And we're constantly on the field defensively because I think we had 6 turnovers, but I think 4 of them were on kick returns. Like two fumbles and 2 that we just didn't fall on. So they were on the field a lot, and we're growing up. I mean, we know we've got some weight room issues that we're trying to correct right now. And that does not happen overnight. We can't fix that problem overnight. But technique-wise, fundamentals, we can fix. And there were some good things that we saw. And, we're hoping we learn from that and have a short memory as far as the score is concerned and just refocused on tonight.
A little bit of a short week. Any difference in that at all?
No, not really. I don't think so. I mean, I think that these kids are high school kids. I think, Todd, for you and I at our age, yes, the short week matters a little bit more. My body's hurting. I probably could have used an extra day. But, I mean, these kids are they're resilient. They're gritty. I mean, to be that age again. So, no, I think they're ready to roll.
All right, so you are coming to Granite City tonight, a team that kind of almost got the same treatment against Belleville West that you guys got against East St. Louis last week. So you got two teams coming in here that are really to kind of try to forget last week and move forward and try to take care of tonight's game.
Yeah, Coach Haskell's done a nice job so far in his short tenure, and I know that he's trying to build something similar to what we're trying to build. I mean, they're sitting at 2-3 just like we are. They've got some incredible athletes. We know that. And we've got some athletic kids too. And we're both trying to establish an identity. And it's kind of nice because it's not this tradition that everybody talks about as far as, well, we've always done it this way. Nope. We got to go ahead and we got to kind of create our own way, and they're doing that. And our kids talk to like little things. Todd, you look out on this field right now, and our kids said, well, they've never painted that GC in the middle. Well, they are now. I mean, and you're doing things like that. That's the kind of stuff that gets them excited, their kids excited, and I know Coach Haskell's going to do a nice job with them, and I know they're going to be just as hungry as we are tonight.
What have you seen on film about Granite City that maybe concerns you tonight?
Freddie's good. He's really good, and I think that he's just but every week we go in and it's somebody different. My gosh, there's athletes all over the place in this conference, and I don't think people realize it. I think that when you're up in, when I was up in Central Illinois, you had so many different types of media that were getting a hold of people. You had the radio, you had the newspaper, and they're just constantly focused on high school players. And so you saw it. You see it up in Chicago too. And as a result, you get down into our part. I don't know, with Missouri trickling into the Post-Dispatch as well, if these kids in this conference, in this area, get the respect that they deserve. And that kid's unbelievable. And the fact that it took me till moving down here to hear about him, that's crazy. I mean, he's a special talent, though. And they've got athletes all over the place. And my gosh, they play hard. They're buying into what Coach Asquin's doing, and that's their program's going to be turning around as a result.
All right, so from the Kahok side of things, what do you need your team to do tonight to beat the Granite City Warriors?
The cliche thing, right? Blocking and tackling. To value the football. We've got to clean some things up from last week. Obviously, we've got to get our athletes the ball, and that's the goal. I think every time you go back on film as a coach, you watch and you see what you can do better. And the first thing that I'm doing is I'm self-evaluating. How can we get this kid more involved? How can we get that kid more involved? We've got to tackle. We got to tackle. We got to make them. We got to keep things in front of us. Avoid big plays. We've got to win the big play battle, and we got to win the turnover battle. I mean, those are two big key things for us.
You work for a school district. You're a teacher, so there's no midway point to a high school football season because there's 9 games. There's not 8 or 10. So, kind of give us your midseason report card. What do you think so far?
Yeah, I mean, it's flown by. I mean, but the funny thing is O'Fallon seems like that was only 2 weeks ago. And it seems like it was like a month and a half ago. It's crazy. It's just different feelings. I mean, if you'd have told me we'd be sitting here at 2-3, have a chance, playing to go 3-3, that's a big deal. I mean, anytime you're not mathematically eliminated, the longer it takes, that's huge. And it just gives you something to play for, especially these seniors that deserve it. So being 2-3, I think that a lot of these kids are pumped. We look at the games on our schedule and we feel like we won the games we were supposed to. We'd love to go back and play a couple teams as we continue to grow. But at the same time, those are learning lessons, and you've got to grow from them. Yeah, I mean, I'm just stoked to be a part of the program. They've exceeded my expectations and then some. So it's exciting to see where we're going.
Final question for Collinsville head coach Mike Popovich. I saw on Facebook today a picture of some spiffy new helmets. Are we going to see those out here tonight?
Yeah, new decals. Kids are like, did we just get these in? No, I'm kind of like the only sport I've ever jumped on a team's bandwagon is college football. I jumped on Oregon's bandwagon because I just loved the change and the different things that they did and the fact that they go against the norm. So we had a little bit of bling on one side, and the kids are eating it up. They love it. It's just something different. You know, I'm 36 years old, and I like, kids want that. They want that swag. They want certain things. They want things to get excited about. And hopefully there's a kid walking those hallways right now at Collinsville High School or even at that middle school that are at this game tonight, and they see that and they say, okay, I want to do that. I want to be a part of this because they're doing this, they're doing that. And that stuff's important. So I get it. I like it. Yeah, they'll be out tonight.
Love what you're doing with this program, Coach. Thanks for the visit. Good luck out there tonight.
I appreciate it, Todd. Thank you.
As head coach Mike Popovich of your Collinsville Kahawks. We'll take a break here on the Cullip Jennings Forest pregame show. When we come back, more names, more numbers, all that coming your way next on the Kahawks Sports Network.
Cullip Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all design styles from traditional to trend-setting. Cullip Jennings Florist is, of course, your place for beautiful flowers suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Cullip Jennings Florist is there for any of life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online, cullipjennings.com.
I'm my team's #1 fan. I've never been #1 in anything until I put these babies on. Do I know where I'm going? Absolutely. We're going through the playoffs.
Allstate guarantees your rates won't go up just because of an accident, starting the day you sign up.
So get accident forgiveness from Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
It's good to be in good hands.
Get protection plus unique extras. Call me, Mike Cluck with Allstate, for a quote today.
Hi, I'm Colton Pareko. I want to thank the team at RE/MAX Alliance for helping me find my first home. It couldn't have been any easier. If you're in the game for a new home, contact my friends at RE/MAX Alliance.
Cullip Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all design styles from traditional to trend-setting. Cullip Jennings Florist is, of course, your place for beautiful flowers suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Cullip Jennings Florist is there for any of life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online, cullipjennings.com.
And we welcome you back into the Cullip Jennings Florist pregame show here on the Kahoks Sports Network. Todd Duke, Andy Albertina, and Chris Kettler along with you as we are getting ready for Collinsville and Granite City. Both teams coming into this contest at 2 and 3. Of course, no strangers to each other as both played in the Southwestern Conference against one another for years. The Granite City Warriors left the Southwestern Conference in all sports at the end of last year, and Collinsville will leave the conference just in football at the end of this year. But, Chris, it still feels very familiar, these two teams getting together for a football game.
Of course, it is two close communities, lots of familiarity there, and there's been a lot of very good games over the years between these two schools.
The history will tell us that. It's pretty even, except for the fact that we've played the last 19 years, so that's an odd number. Collinsville has won 9 of those games, which of course means Granite City has won 10 of those games. And it's one of those teams in the Southwestern Conference. I know they're not there anymore, Chris, but one of those Southwestern Conference teams that Collinsville's battled really well against over the years. It's an even record. It's not a one-sided show like it is East St. Louis versus Collinsville.
Kahoks have gotten some big wins in the past year, broke some losing streaks too when they met Granite City. It's a good barometer of your season if you can figure out a way to beat Granite City.
Last year they did beat Granite City 49-26. It was the team's only win of the year last year, and that was at Collinsville High School. Chris Chai went 7 of 14 for 145 yards and a touchdown in that game. Juan Garth, no longer here, carried the ball 5 times for 88 yards and 3 touchdowns. Cameron Sloan, who is still here, caught the 1 touchdown pass from Chris Chai. That was a 35-yarder. And the last loss against these Warriors for Collinsville was back in 2016, a 34-18 setback. Of course, last week, both of these teams coming off of lopsided losses. Collinsville losing to East St. Louis 74-13, while Granite City lost at Belleville West. That's Collinsville's next opponent, by the way. 52-27. I heard rumors that the quarterback for Granite City, Freddie Edwards, was hurt in that game, but it appears that it wasn't that bad, and he looks like he's going to be out here tonight, Chris.
Well, he's a major weapon they have. He's a very good player. Coach talked about him in the pregame interview, so it really changes things for Granite City if they have him available.
Freddie Edwards, 41 of 73 through the air this year, 683 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 1 interception. His backup, who came into the game last week against Belleville West, is Sebastian Turner, and the numbers aren't quite as noticeable. 7 of 25 for 102 yards, no touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. So if Freddie Edwards is not ready to go there, Chris, they don't have to depend on Sebastian Turner, and that might be a thing that the Kahawks could take advantage of if that does indeed happen.
Yeah, he's a different athlete there, and Freddie Edwards, he would change a lot of things, and if they have to go to their backup, the Kahawk defense will have an easier time, but it'll still be a difficult game.
They're doing the coin toss now. We'll take a look at the numbers of Chris Chai here in just a moment as soon as they let us know who won the toss and what else is going on. Of course, you can see that on your screen as well. Collinsville won the toss. They have elected to receive, so the Kahawks will get the ball first, and Granite City will have the ball to begin the second half. So Chris Chai will have his hands on the ball first for Collinsville. He comes into this game having completed 50 of 95 passes, good for 649 yards, 7 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. So Chris, the yardage is there. Freddie Edwards with 683 and Chris Chai with 649. So they're both passing about the same right now.
Yeah, Granite City had a big game of their own a couple weeks ago that helped Edwards in his stats, and Chris Chai has been a great quarterback back there for the Kahawks.
Collinsville has come into this game scoring 25 points a game while giving up 43.6. Yeah. That number went up because of last week's 74 points they gave to East St. Louis, while Granite City comes in dead even on both sides. They score about 32 points a game, and they give up 32 points a game. So on paper, you take away that 74 points from Collinsville, and I bet both would be pretty even.
Yeah, more even there. 74 really skewers that out of whack a little bit. So Kahawks and Granite probably just about dead even.
Now, Belleville West right now, the cream of the crop in the Southwestern Conference standings. They are 5-0 overall, 2-0 in league play, while East St. Louis is just 1 game behind them for the overall record at 4-1, and they are 3-0 in league play. Then you throw in 3 teams that are 2-3. Alton, Collinsville, Edwardsville, and that's just in the Southwestern Conference. And then, of course, we have the Granite City Warriors that are also into this contest with a record of 2-3. And Belleville East has taken place in the basement of the Southwestern Conference standings at 1-4. Collinsville will have them after the Belleville West game next week as they close out with both games at home, Belleville East and Edwardsville. Here's the kickoff. It is angled toward the sideline, and it will go out of bounds, and Collinsville will get to start from their own 40-yard line.
Cameron Sloan returned one last week against East St. Louis. Granite City not going to take any chances, and they'll just kick it straight out of bounds.
Yeah, Granite City is smart for doing that. Cameron Sloan has 2 return touchdowns this year. He has returned the ball 10 times for 367 yards, so he's averaging 36 yards per kickoff return. So that's a pretty good chunk of yardage there, not to mention the 2 that he's ran back for pay dirt. So here's Chris Chai. He'll have Jaden Neighbors on one side, Kyler Williams on the other side. 2 wide receivers on the near, 1 on the far. That is Malcolm Burns. Chai in shotgun, of course. Hands the ball off, does so to Jaden Neighbors. He tries the right side and gets across the original line of scrimmage and then gets stopped right at the 35-yard line.
First handoff to Neighbors, looking for some blocking to get a few yards, but just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Chains are on this side of the field. I was over there looking on the other side, right in front of the Kahawks bench. Chai back to pass, little sideline pass to Ron Woods, and Woods couldn't hold on to it. And if he would have caught it, it probably would have been a smackdown because Montre Sneed was coming right up into his grill about the same time.
Yeah, that's what Ron Woods saw. Sneed barreling down on him, and he couldn't complete the catch.
So Collinsville already with a 3rd and long on their first possession. Need 10 yards to get it to the 45 for a first down. Chai has an empty backfield behind him. 3 wide receivers on the far, 1 on the near. He'll go back to pass. He rolls, he throws, almost picked off right at the line of scrimmage as that ball was headed toward Cameron Sloan, but I think the Granite City defender had the better chance of getting that one, and that was Michael Whitford, the senior 6'2", 155-pound offensive lineman.
Trying for that screen type pass that Sloan caught and ran up for a touchdown against O'Fallon. Broken up there by Whitford.
So 4th and 10 here, and Chai will punt. It's an end-over-end punt, and it's going to take a bounce and hit right off of the grill of the return man, and Collinsville jumps in on him and doesn't let that return man go anywhere. I believe that was Sebastian Turner, the backup quarterback, who is their return man on punts. Or excuse me, Jerry Watson. Sebastian Turner is also listed on the punter side of things. So Collinsville 3 and out on their first possession. Granite City will start pretty much where Collinsville left off. 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Although Collinsville did get to start at the 35 after the kick went out of bounds. So here is Freddie Edwards. Edwards has one lone setback to his left, barks out the signals, then looks over to the sideline. Jerry Watson will get the handoff. Watson will turn it upfield, gets past the line of scrimmage, gets past the secondary and the linebackers, and gets a first down all the way up to the 40-yard line, 45-yard line, excuse me. That's a gain of 20 yards on the play. That was Richard Graham, actually. Comes into this game having 20 carries for 175 yards and 3 touchdowns, averaging 8.8 yards per carry. Now Watson joins in on the fray, and it's Watson and Graham in the backfield. Actually, they're going to hand it off to Wilson, and Wilson will take it around the left side and pick up some positive yardage and pick up maybe 4 on the play.
Wilson went parallel there for quite a while and found a little bit of a hole to sneak up, pick up about 3 yards.
That is Javon Wilson, who also will catch some balls for you out of the backfield. Split backs once again on either side of Freddie Edwards. 2nd and 7 for Granite City near midfield. It's going to be a keeper by Edwards. He gets spun around but stays on his feet and then tries the right side of the formation, where he is finally taken out of the play by Dante Williams.
Yeah, Drew Doyle had him wrapped up in his hands, and Freddie Edwards stayed alive there, kept his feet going, and broke out of that tackle from Drew Doyle. Picks up about 3 yards.
Yep, 3 yards picked up, so 3rd down and 4. Big 3rd down situation here for the Collinsville defense. One lone running back on the left-hand shoulder of Freddie Williams. Granite City dressed in all black. Black helmets, little red logo on the side. Collinsville dressed in all white, trimmed in purple. Purple helmets with the shiny new logo on one side. Now Richard Graham will shove over a little bit farther on the left-hand side. He'll get the handoff, and he'll be wrapped up in the backfield. Nice play by Joe Philpott.
Joe Philpott found himself in the backfield there. Wraps him up, will bring up 4th down, maybe depending on this flag.
Flag on the far side. Seems like it's going to be against Collinsville, and it is.
There's some foul face mask.
That's not what you want to see on a 3rd down stop. Not at all.
Give Granite City 15 yards and the automatic 1st down.
Yeah, not a good thing. As you can tell, it is very windy. And I would think that once the sun went down, that the wind would die down, as it usually does around these parts. But that has not happened here thus far tonight. It is gusting from the north end zone to the south end zone. So right now, Granite City is playing against the wind, and Collinsville has the wind at their back. May want to take advantage of that here with some pass plays once they get the ball back. But first, they need to get the ball back. Here's a push back right there, and back up to the line of scrimmage is the runner, Graham. And Graham picks up maybe 3 on the play. Nope, looked like he didn't pick up anything.
He's lucky to really get anything. A couple guys in the Kahoks getting in the backfield pretty quickly.
Gonna give him a half a yard as a shopping bag goes blowing by the field. That'll give you an idea of which way the wind's blowing, folks. Edwards in shotgun. Takes the snap and runs it himself around the left side. He's got plenty of room. He's across the 20-yard line and the 15, gets past the final hurdle, and he gets himself a 33-yard touchdown run.
Got to the outside real quickly. Lots of running room, cut it back in just a little bit. Dante Williams had the last little dive at him, and Edwards finds the end zone.
Edwards not shabby when running the ball either. Matter of fact, he leads the team with 72 carries for 643 yards, and he just added touchdown number 11 onto his impressive resume so far this year. So Collinsville and that 15-yard penalty really hurt themselves there, as that kept that drive going when it was 4th down after the big stop. Extra point try forthcoming. Kick is on the way, and the kick is good. So the Granite City Warriors strike first, and Collinsville will have their second opportunity to get the ball. Time to thank some of our sponsors. How about Chapman Trucking LLC? Chapman Trucking LLC is a local Collinsville business, owned and operated by 1994 Collinsville graduate Christy Chapman. With over 9 years of experience, Chapman Trucking LLC can take care of all the heavy lifting when it comes to hauling aggregate materials such as sand, driveway rock, dirt, boulders, and more, including getting your heavy equipment where it needs to be. Give Christy a call for a free estimate at Chapman Trucking LLC. Her number is 960-9346 or online at chapmantruckingllc.net. Well, Freddie Edwards runs it in from 33 yards out. Granite City's on the scoreboard, 7-0, 8:36 left to play here in this opening quarter. And number 1, Collinsville goes 3 and out. Number 2, they commit a personal foul, and they have not done that a lot this year, committed those personal fouls when they had a 3rd down stop. That ball is going to die at the 25-yard line. It's picked up by Stephen Green, and Green will run it out to the 35-yard line. So Collinsville, for the second drive in a row, will start from their own 35.
So yeah, on that Granite City possession, it was kept alive by that personal foul and the face mask penalty, and then Freddie Edwards finds the end zone. Now the Kahoks got to get their offense going, maybe a chance to air it out here with the wind at their back. And
Edwards was maybe touched right past the line of scrimmage, and I don't think he was touched afterwards. Put on a couple of nice moves, got around some people. All right, back to Chris Chai at quarterback. Here's the snap. He is going to hand the ball off, and he does so to Kyler Williams, and Williams gets some nice positive yardage across the 40-yard line, gain of about 7 on the play.
Follows his blocks around. Kahoks will keep this going here. Quick back to the line.
Little hurry-up offense employed by Collinsville. 3 wide receivers on the right side, 1 on the near side. Chris Chai looks over to Coach Popovich, has his signal called, and he takes the snap and bluffs the handoff, throws a little sideline hitch pass, and that's caught by Holton, and Holton gets it up to the 49-yard line, right at midfield, they're going to call it, almost into Granite City Warrior territory, but Collinsville moves the chains and picks up their first down of this game.
With a quick out to Holton, he follows the block from Sloan enough to get the first down and get the ball to midfield.
Quick offense once again as the Kahawks are ready to go. As soon as Chris Chai has the play, he does, trips left. The handoff is going to go right up the middle, and a little modest success there for Kyler Williams once again, and picks up maybe 3 yards on the play.
Follows Norton there behind the offensive line, gets, that 3 yards.
Chai back in shotgun once again. One lone setback, and that is Williams. Williams gets the handoff and gets behind a couple of blockers, but then the blockers get stopped up, and that's going to be no gain right there.
It's all clogged up there. Not a lot of room to move there for Williams, and not much of a gain.
So 3rd down and 7 for Collinsville. Here's Chai. Hands the ball off to Williams again. Williams spins, but then has his ankles wrapped up by James Hoffman. And Collinsville will be looking at a 4th and about 3 to go for the first down.
I'll take the about 4-yard gain there, knowing that they were going to go for it here on 4th down.
That's why they ran the ball on 3rd. They knew they were going to go for it on 4th. Here's Chris Chai in shotgun once again, and Kyler Williams is his lone setback over his left-hand shoulder. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Collinsville, so the first timeout of the game for the Kahawks. That leaves them with 2 here in this half and gives us time to thank some more of our sponsors. How about Pace Design and Construction in Maryville? Whether you're building a new home, making an addition to the home you currently own, or finally getting around to that remodeling job you've been putting off, Pace Design and Construction in Maryville can help. Pace Design and Construction is a building and remodeling contractor that you can trust. They provide the highest quality, they are dedicated to their customers, and are committed to completing your project on time and within budget. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. You can call 407-5466 or online at pacedesignconstruct.com.
Well, maybe they're initially just trying to get Granite City to jump off sides. Coach Popovich calls timeout. Now they're ready to draw up this play and try to convert this 4th and 4.
Offset running backs in the backfield. Chai bluffs a throw out to his right, rolls out to his left, throws, and it's incomplete. Coming back for it was Cameron Sloan, had to dive for it. That ball was thrown low, and he trapped it under his chest. So Collinsville will give the ball back to Granite City in very good field position. 6:25 left to play here in this opening quarter. 33-yard touchdown run by Granite City quarterback Freddie Edwards has put Granite City on the board, and now they get their second chance on offense. Edwards in shotgun, takes the ball himself, tries the right side, and it's wide open. Wide open. Cameron Sloan misses a tackle, as well as Dante Williams, and finally it'll take Joe Philpott. The last opportunity before Edwards was off to the running into the end zone again, and that's a big pickup by Granite City.
Very elusive there. Sloan got the first hands on him. He shook Dante Williams. And finally, towards the sideline, Joel Philpott pushed him out of bounds.
So 1st and 10 here for Granite City from the Collinsville 28-yard line. Warriors are already up by 7 and threatening to score again on their second possession. There's a handoff that's going to go to Graham. Graham bounces off a few tacklers and picks up more positive yardage, a gain of about 5 on the play, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 5.
Trying to find running room, bounced off the backs of a couple of his offensive linemen. Gets about 4 yards.
Graham will remain in as the lone setback. Jerry Watson is the second leading runner on this team, but I haven't called his name yet. 42 carries, 312 yards, and a touchdown, averaging 7.4 yards a carry. But he's not out there. Here is Freddie Williams running right up the middle, and he may have enough room for a first down, and he keeps going, so now he definitely will have enough room for a first down, as he just carried a whole swarm of Collinsville Kahawks with him on that run.
Fakes the handoff and goes up the middle, and then, carries everybody another 10 yards to the 5-yard line.
Wow. 1st and goal here for Granite City from the Collinsville 5-yard line.
It's proving to be very hard to just tackle.
Sure is. No game clock here on the outside of the stadium, so the referees keep that. Here's a handoff to Graham, and he zigs and then zags, and he's in the end zone with a 5-yard touchdown.
Big hole there for Richard Graham to get through. Gets the 5 yards in, and some of the Kahawks are fired up here in some of the Warriors' face, and a flag goes flying.
Yep, that's going to happen.
Another flag goes flying. They were trying to calm down Othello Williams there, and they couldn't do that in time, and now he goes off, but the flags have been thrown.
Yeah, and you know that Coach Popovich is not going to like that at all. And we have not seen that from this team this year, and it is going to be unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against Collinsville. They will march that off during the kickoff as we await the extra point try as soon as the referees pick up their flags. We are in an official's timeout.
Oh, writing something down.
Yeah. They probably kicked somebody out of the game and they're writing it down, I would imagine. That would be the only thing I can think of.
They done picked the flags, didn't see any signals, and Granite City will attempt this extra point.
4:56 left to play here in this first quarter. Granite City trying to tack on the extra point to give them a 2-touchdown lead right off the get-go here.
Chase Reeves on for the extra point. He played in the soccer game the other day against
He did.
Collinsville.
Yep, sure did.
I believe he had one of his PK goals.
Yep, father is the head coach, Ryan Reeves.
Missed
this
that
one is a little bit wide to the left, so we'll see if that extra point miss is going to be a factor later in this game. Collinsville will get the ball next. We're going to take a break here on the Kahok Sports Network, and when we come back, Kahok football. Don't go anywhere on the Kahok Sports Network.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Austin Bomancino ready to kick it off again for Granite City, and you know he's trying real hard to keep it away from Cameron Sloan.
Yeah, first two just, well, kicked the green, and the first one went out of bounds.
This one's going to end up going really short, and man, I tell you what, got to stop running into our own guys. Man, oh man.
Capitelli,
yeah. Capitelli caught that one on the bounce and then ran right into the back of one of his own guys and couldn't go no farther than that.
Well, he's kicking that against the wind. It kind of hung up there too, and the Warriors were only a couple yards away from being able to recover that if Capitelli would have let it get past him.
All right. We got to put a drive together and get some points on the board if we're going to stay in this game, because right now it's 13-0 and nothing has really gone right. And here is Kyler Williams, and somehow or another he gets out of that. And man, oh man, I'm thinking he picked up a yard, and he probably would have been dropped for about 3.
Went parallel a long ways before he could even turn it back up, and yeah, maybe picks up a yard.
Well, they're going to give him about 2. Well, now they'll move it back and give him 1. Okay, 2nd down and 9. Here's the snap and the handoff. This one is right to Jaden Neighbors. Neighbors has the ball pop out of his hands, but the whistle had already blown, and Neighbors is going to be thrown backwards for a loss on the play.
Tried the spin move there on the first hit, and Richard Graham, who scored a touchdown earlier, brought him down.
4:20 left to play here in this first quarter. Collinsville lost a couple on that play, so 3rd down and 11, and the Kahawks are faced with another 3rd down and long. They have picked up one of those tonight. That was a 3rd and 7 situation. Chai in the backfield by himself. 4 wide receivers on the far side, 1 on the near side.
TJ Williams here on this near side.
Holt and Woods are the 2 wide receivers in the slot, and now Collinsville is going to call another timeout. 3:49 left to play, and Collinsville has used 2 timeouts here in this first quarter. Well, you have a lot of work to do here, Chris, because you're already down by 2 touchdowns, basically. I know they missed the extra point, but you're down by 2 touchdowns, and they're having a hard time moving the ball, but they're having an easy time moving it against you.
Yeah, it's frustrating so far, and with the wind to your back, you thought you had that advantage, but the offense just hasn't gotten going yet, and the defense is going to need to make some adjustments here to find a way to stop Freddie Edwards when they get back out on the field.
First, our turn to get back out onto the field. 3rd down and 11 after the timeout. Collinsville ready to go. Still the same formation. 4 wideouts on the right side of the formation, 1 on the left. Chris Chai in the backfield by himself. Tell you what that does, it spreads everybody out. Here's Chai back to pass. He rolls around to his right. He's got some room, and then he takes a hit, and then he is thrown down by Graham right in front of his head coach, Mike Popovich. That's a gain of about 4 on the play, but it's going to bring down a 4th down and about 7 to go for a first.
So they're trying to show Granite City that pass to get a lot of the linebackers and safeties up the field there and see if Chai can get the running room, but he's not able to get much more than a couple yards.
So Chai will be punting. And he does so. It's not a bad kick, has the wind at his back. It's going to bounce, and the return man's just going to let it go, and it'll be touched up at the 15-yard line. So you got Granite City back deep. Now you need the defense to step up and not only prevent a score, but maybe get the ball back in decent field position.
Yeah, it's time for a stop now. You're giving up to 2 touchdowns. Offense hasn't gotten going yet.
So Freddie Edwards back to work. He has a wide receiver on the near side. That's Justin Wiley. 2 on the far side. Here's the snap. Handoff is going to go to Graham, though, and Graham is going to hop, skip, and jump right over the middle and get it up to the 25-yard line. That should be good enough for a first down.
It's 51 out there on defense.
That's Quilling.
That's Quilling, okay. So he gets that stop there.
Yeah, he's not on the original roster, so we had to write him on there, and I haven't made any copies of the written roster. Here is Freddie Edwards, puts on a couple of nice moves again and skips out of another tackle and gets past another would-be tackler, moves around, gets past True Barber. Now over on the far side, finally run out of bounds by Barber just at the last moment, and that's a big, big gain there by Freddie Edwards, and looks like tonight is going to be the Freddie Edwards show.
Good job by True Barber to stay with it. Him and Holton collided there on the other side of the field's 35-yard line, but he picked himself back up and stayed with it and chased down Freddie Edwards.
Jake Holton came into this game leading the Collinsville Kahawks in tackles with 29, 14 assists for a total of 43, has a fumble recovery on the year as well. There's the snap. Handoff is going to go to Graham, and Graham is going to run. Oh, excuse me, that's not Graham. That is Wilson. Wilson runs parallel with the line of scrimmage and does not get any farther than that.
Sloan and Williams are able to contain him there. Sloan finishes him off for the tackle.
2:10 left to play here in this first quarter. 13-0 in favor of Granite City, and the Warriors are on the move once again. They have the ball at the Collinsville 30-yard line. Coach Aqueen gives Freddie Edwards his call. Edwards back in shotgun, goes back to pass. Not a lot of pressure. Throws it down the middle, and that is tipped and then almost caught back at the goal line by one of the other receivers for Granite City. That one almost hit Brennan Haddocks after the tip.
I think he was surprised it came so close to him after getting tipped.
Was that the first throw for Granite City?
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
First throw attempt here. They haven't tried to go against the wind just yet.
Incomplete pass stops the clock with 1:45 left to play. Edwards in shotgun once again. Coming over here to the near side is Justin Wiley. 3 wide receivers on the far side. 3rd down and 10. Back to pass. Edwards being chased. Completes it to Graham. Graham puts on a nice move to get past Jake Holton and continues to put on nice moves all the way down, and touchdown.
That was the play there when he got past Holton. Had lots of running room there and found the end zone, and Granite City with 3 touchdowns here in the first quarter.
Well,
might try for 2 now.
Try to make up the extra point they missed on the last try.
They will keep the offense out there. You know, it's a bit of a venture kicking against the wind. He missed 1, so they'll try to even this back out at 21.
There is Edwards in shotgun. He'll keep it himself, and he will get in. No, they're going to wave it off. No good. So, score remains 19-0 in favor of Granite City. And Collinsville, well, they're going to have a lot of work to do if they want to come back in this one already early. Still 93 seconds left to play in this first quarter, and the Kahawks are already down 19-0. Freddie Edwards is just kind of having his way with the Collinsville defense, isn't he?
Yeah, for sure. Even the running backs there are finding lots of running room too, and Kahawks aren't cleaning up on the tackles on them. So defense is not held up yet for the Kahawks here, and we got to get this offense going too.
Yeah, that's the one thing that can equalize everything is if you can get your offense going and start matching some of the scores that Granite City is putting up. But Granite City has scored 3 unanswered touchdowns. And you know what? You got to give the Warriors and Coach Hakeem and his staff some credit. They came in here knowing what the Kahawks' strong points were, and one of those was a strong kick return game by Cameron Sloan, and they're not gonna let him touch that ball all game, not unless they move him up as one of the up men. This one's straight and low, and it's picked up and moved forward, and again running into our own guys.
TJ Williams picks that one up, and yeah, the only thing that slowed him down was running to the back of Jalen Garth.
I couldn't tell what number he is. He's got half of his number covered up.
Yeah, that's always him.
Looks like a half a zero. It's a horseshoe or an arch. Well, Collinsville's been getting some pretty decent starting field position. They just haven't been able to do anything with it. They've been into Granite City territory just once, and that was barely into Granite City territory. So time to start moving the ball, boys. Here is a keeper by Chris Chai, and Chris Chai gets back up to the 45-yard line, so he'll pick up about 3 yards on the play. And it'll bring up second down and about 7 to go, make it 8 with 1 minute, 10 seconds left to play here in this first quarter. 2 wide receivers on the near side, split backs on either side of Chai, and everybody moved early there. Chris Chai was expecting the ball to come out, so was all the other players, and that's going to cost the Kahawks 5 yards. So instead of 2nd and 8, it'll be 2nd and 13.
Everybody was ready to go there except the center, Cody Smith, led to the offsides.
So Collinsville backed up to their own 40. Clock starts back up, under a minute to go, 55 seconds to be exact. Here's the snap. Handoff is going to go to Kyler Williams. He shakes off one tackler, puts on the brakes, cuts out to his left, and gets up in front of his own bench before he is shoved out of bounds at the 46-yard line. And, boy, he's talking smack right along with the man who pushed him out, Montre Sneed.
Some back and forth there. Followed around the block there by Neighbors, but got to that corner, and it was out of bounds time.
3rd and 5 situation here for Collinsville, and there's another flag. Lined up offsides did TJ Williams. So take away the 3rd and 5, bring up a 3rd and 10. Not good.
Yep, couple penalties here in a row, offsides. Receivers jumping off early.
I think TJ Williams lined up offside because referee, I think he had his hand on that hanky ready to throw it as soon as they snapped the ball because he saw it. So 4 wide receivers on the far side, 1 on the near side. 10 seconds left to play here in this first quarter. Chris Chai goes back to pass. He's being pressured. He steps up and gets back up to the 40-yard line. That's going to end the first half of play. After 1 half, the Granite City Warriors are leading your Collinsville Kahawks by a score of 19-0. We'll take a break and come back with second half action next on the Kahawk Sports Network.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, to find potential in both and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Todd Duke, Chris Kettler, and Andy Albertina back with you from Granite City. Kevin Green Field is where we are. Kevin Green, of course, ex-Ram. Graduated from Granite City South back in 1980 and was inducted into the National Football League Hall of Fame in 2016. Brand new quarter. Unfortunately, your Kahawks are trailing 19-0 at the end of the first 12 minutes, so a fresh 12 minutes put on the scoreboard. Well, the scoreboard just went off.
Has malfunctioned. And
oh, yeah, it has. It's on all kinds of dancing little lights going on there, doesn't it?
I noticed it went off.
Yeah, right at the end of the
quarter, and here it comes.
There it goes. All right. Chris Chai, 4th down and 12. He's ready to punt again. Snap. Punt. This one's into the wind, and that wind got a hold of it, and it chopped it down right at midfield, man. It was like the wind that ball ran into a windshield and went straight down after that to the 46-yard line. Granite City has good starting field position.
Yeah, maybe only a net of about 15 yards there. Chai punting into the wind. See if as the second quarter goes on and the other quarter in the second half when the Kahoks are against the wind, if they'll just be trying to go for it unless they're buried way deep.
Yeah, Chris Chai's been averaging about 25 yards per punt, but that one was stopped dead in its track by the wind. So back to the Freddie Edwards show once again. Edwards in shotgun, has 2 wide receivers on either side of the formation. Here's the snap. Handoff is going to go to Graham, and Graham is going to get, man, Stephen Green put on a pop hit right at midfield as Joel Philpott just got blown by that time by Graham.
Yeah, Philpott got caught looking there, and then Stephen Green stepped up and really delivered quite a boom to Graham, who wasn't quite ready for that one.
No. 2nd down after a gain of about 4. We'll call it 2nd down and 6. Edwards in shotgun again. Here's the snap. And Edwards is going to bluff the handoff. He'll go back to pass, and I'll tell you what, True Barber was step for step there with Aaron Bennett, and actually True Barber was out in front of Bennett on that play. If that one would have got chopped down a little bit more by some wind somewhere, we might have had an interception.
Yeah, Barber was out in front of it more than Bennett was, but it was still way overthrown, and
probably helped out by that wind at his back now.
Edwards maybe had to learn how much wind he's got on his back there. So
Brendan Haddix and Wilson will line up his wide receivers over here on the near side. Graham remains the lone running back here along with Freddie Edwards. It's almost like having 2 running backs. In shotgun, Edwards takes the snap, immediately throws it out to this side to Wilson. And Wilson, he gets past the initial hit and then gets blasted from behind by Collinsville's Kurt Clark. But that's enough for a 1st down. That'll move the chains, and the Granite City Warriors will have a fresh set of downs to work with.
Yeah, quick patch out to Wilson. He just had to follow Haddix to hold the blocks enough there to get the extra yardage for the 1st down.
Williams goes over to Coach Hockwin over there and gets the play himself, brings it back, calls it out, now looks at his wristband. And now directs some traffic out there and puts Graham over his right-hand shoulder instead of his left. And, wow, that snap went right off of Freddie Edwards' hands and went right down into the hands of Graham. And he held on to it and picks up another 1st down.
Yeah, Freddie Edwards barely even really touched the ball. All he was able to do was knock it back into Graham's hands, who enough upfield to get the 10-yard gain.
I think Freddie Edwards put his hands up in front of his face because he thought that ball was coming into his grill. Bounced off of his hand right into the hands of Graham, and they turn it into another 1st down. Now Keene lines up on the near side. The keeper by Freddie Edwards is going to get to the 25-yard line before the Kahawks finally push him back, and the boys got to stop and let go during the whistle, or we're going to see some more laundry being thrown.
So Othello Williams getting in the middle of that one again. Already had one flag after one of the touchdowns.
Second down and 5 for Granite City. Again, Graham is the lone running back. He stands on the right shoulder of Freddie Edwards. Edwards. Takes the snap, immediately throws over on the far side for Wilson. Wilson dances around a couple of tacklers and then gets thrown down at the 15-yard line, and a flag gets thrown down right there as well. Going to go against Granite City on a holding call.
Well, that's what it looked like they might have got Barnett on that one. That first block, he had him wrapped up and held, and that will negate most of that gain.
And I believe that is the first flag against Granite City tonight. 9.5 minutes to go in the second quarter.
They've kept it clean.
They have.
And haven't shot themselves in the foot.
So a second down and 11 situation here for Granite City. Again, Haddix lines up as a wide receiver on the near side. Wilson's over on the far side in the slot. Edwards in shotgun will have Graham over his right shoulder again. Here's the snap and the fake handoff to Graham. Edwards keeps it and skirts his way over out of bounds right before he makes it to the 20-yard line. So it'll be a little short of the first down. It'll bring up a third down and short yardage situation here for the Warriors.
Drew Barber adjusted back there pretty quickly to get to Edwards and force him to out of bounds, and Jake Holton finished him off.
Now Wilson will move over to this side and be the slot receiver on the left side of the formation, along with Haddix. Over on the far side is Aaron Barnett. And again, Graham remains the lone setback as Edwards is still getting instructions from Coach Hakeem. So a timeout going to be used here by the Warriors. That'll give us a chance to thank Metro East Roofing and Guttering. Locally owned and operated since 1987 by brothers and Kahok alums Tony and Corey Jones. Metro East Roofing and Guttering can help with all of your roofing and guttering and siding needs. Located at 1231 Lebanon Road in Collinsville, Metro East Roofing and Guttering is the hometown company you know and trust. Give them a call today at 345-5679 for your free estimate, and you can visit their Facebook page at Metro East Roofing and Guttering. 9:10 left to play here in this first half. It was all Granite City in the first quarter. 19 unanswered points put up by the Warriors. And the Collinsville defense has got another task at hand here as Granite City's on the move again. It'll be third down and 4 from the Collinsville 24-yard line, and obviously fourth down territory here for Granite City as well, so the Collinsville defense will have to stop the Warriors twice here. Here is Freddie Edwards in shotgun. He's going to go back to pass. He rolls out to his left, continues to roll. Now he stops and reverses direction, heads back out the other way, throws the ball, and it's dropped. Dropped by Wilson, and Wilson was out there all alone. If he catches that ball, he may get a touchdown, but at least picks up maybe 10, 15 yards.
Well, the lineman maybe kind of screened his view of that ball.
I thought he was throwing it to the lineman for a minute.
Yeah, so he might have got screened out as far as his view of that, and when it landed at his hands, that was one of the first times he saw it, but Freddie Edwards kept that play alive and
sure did.
Reversed field all the way back the other way to try to get that pass off.
4th and 4. Granite City, as I mentioned, going for it.
No surprise there.
Nope. 2 wide receivers over here on the near side. That's Haddix and Wilson in the slot. 2 more wide receivers over on the far side, and now we're going to have a delay of game. Wow, thank you very much.
Well, they took the delay of game.
Huh. Well, instead of a 4th and 4, it's going to be a 4th and 9. Need a stop here. Graham now moves over from Edwards left to his right. Still 2 wide receivers on both sides of the formation. Edwards takes the snap, steps up, looks, throws down the far sideline, got a man wide open in the end zone, but that ball is dropped by Zach Smith. Or was that Reed Wilson? Kind of hard to tell if it was 80 or 88.
Looks like the announcer said Wilson, and yeah, he just got one handoff and it bounced off of him.
So Collinsville dodges a bullet there, and they get the ball back on downs. They'll have a long way to go, though, as the ball is resting on their own 29-yard line.
We'll take it to finally get a stop.
Yeah.
On Freddie Edwards and that Granite City offense. Now it's time for the Chai and the Kahok offense to go to work.
First possession that Granite City did not score on. Here is Chris Chai. His running back right now off to his left is Jaden Neighbors, and Neighbors gets the pitch, tries it around the right side, turns it up, and gets a couple of positive yardage before he is smacked out of bounds at the end of that run.
Sloan there held that block, blocked out Wilson of Granite City, and
it's about a 5-yard gain.
Picks up 5 yards.
Yeah. Second down and 5. 3 wide receivers on the far side, 1 on the near side. Here's the snap. Chai looking for Malcolm Burns on the near sideline. Burns puts on a move. Oh, bobbles the ball. Couldn't quite hold on to it, and he would have been off to the races had he held on to it, but just couldn't do it.
Saw it the whole time, made the perfect cut back to it. Just his hands just never secured it enough, and it bobbled around.
Hit his hands, then his shoulder pad, then his helmet, and he still got a hand on it and just couldn't bring it in. Third down and 5 for the Kahawks. Snap. Chai rolls out to his right, looks, throws, has Burns this time, and Burns has a first down. Should get him up to about the 45, close to the 45.
He led Barnett up the field and then just turned around and cut back the other way, and Burns was able to make that catch.
Well, he caught that ball at the 45 and then ran backwards and had to cut back up, but I figured you give him forward progress, but just a little bit. Anyway, first down play. Chai steps up. He's being pressured, and he gets taken down from behind by James Hoffman, but at least he got back up to the original line of scrimmage. Matter of fact, gained about a yard on the play, so it could have been a lot worse.
Never seen Payson come out there from behind and tackle him, but good job to stay alive and pick up at least the small gain.
Holton lines up as a wide receiver on the far side slot next to Woods. This side is Burns. The handoff is going to go nowhere, except Chris Chai's going to keep it and kind of fake everybody out. Did a little hop, skip, and a jump right after the line of scrimmage and gets up to the 45-yard line. Modest gain, but it's going to bring up a third down and about 5 to go here for the Kahawks. Hurry up offense. Chai always tries to bark out that initial signal and then looks over to the sideline to get his play. Granite City is not biting on that first bark, and they're not moving off sides at all. Here's a snap. Handoff is going to be Chris Chai keeper once again. He tries the right side and gets close to a first down marker before he's pushed out of bounds, and he'll be about 3 yards short. It'll be fourth down here for the Kahawks from their own 47-yard line.
Well, last time punting didn't net much, only about 13 yards, so I think going for it here will be the best call. You only need 3 yards.
That appears as if that's what they're going to do. Here's the snap, and the handoff is going to go to Kyler Williams. He stiff arms one, gets out of one tackle, but he's not going to be able to get out of the rest of them as he is thrown down behind the line of scrimmage, and the Granite City Warriors are going to take over on downs in Kahawk territory.
Williams stiff arm Bombasino there, held him off, but that let enough time for Granite City, the rest of Granite City defense come swarming in and hold them for no gain.
Well, that could have been a lot better turnout than what it was. 6:52 left on the clock here in this first half. Collinsville still being shut out 19-0. And they have just given the ball back to the Warriors, have the Kahawks. So Freddie Edwards will get back to work. Haddix and Wilson over here on the near side. Graham again is the lone setback, and Graham is going to get the handoff, and he's going to bring it around the left side, and in the backfield, a missed tackle there. And finally, brought down after Luke Cutterback couldn't pick up the initial tackle. Graham gets positive yardage.
Cutterback had arms on him, but Graham spun out of that one and picked up a few.
Picked up about 5. 2nd down and 5 now for Granite City on the Collinsville 37-yard line. Now split backs on either side of Edwards. One of those is the wide receiver Wilson. And the other, of course, is Graham. They bluff the handoff to Wilson, give it to Freddie Edwards. He gets back up to the original line of scrimmage and then gets pushed backwards. So no gain on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down and 5.
That time it's a good job of tackling, bringing down Freddie Edwards, holding him there. Trey Anderson among those in there to bring down Edwards.
Heard Othello Williams' name as well. Good stop there by Collinsville on the elusive Freddie Edwards. Now Wilson will leave the backfield, or will he? No, he won't. Wilson on the left, Graham on the right. Edwards in the middle, takes the snap and hands the ball off to Wilson, and Wilson is going to try the right side, and he is going to get a little bit of room to work with, but I don't think he got enough for a 1st down. Looks like he's going to be about a yard short, maybe a yard and a half.
Yeah, Anderson and Dante Williams contained him enough to stop him from getting that extra yard or 2 that would have picked up the 1st down, but Grant's going to try for it on the 4th down.
4th down, and we'll call it a long 1.5. They'll call it 2 on the scoreboard. Edwards in shotgun once again. Has Graham on his left-hand shoulder this time, and now we have a flag come in late, and we're going to have a false start against Granite City. That'll help. Instead of 4th and 1, it's going to be 4th and 6.
Pointing to the offensive line there. One of them went down set already and made a move up, and comes from the sideline there on that penalty.
Well, that'll put him back on the Kahok 37-yard line. Man in motion for Edwards, or excuse me, for Granite City. And now Graham moves over as Edwards is going to punt the ball, and it's going to take a roll, and it's going to go into the end zone, and Collinsville will get the ball 1st and 10 from their own 20 with 4:17 left to play here in this first half. Let's thank the City of Collinsville. You can check out the City of Collinsville's Facebook page for information on events coming up in the city. They have the chili cook-off, and Halloween walk. Everybody roaming around the downtown streets of Collinsville dressed in their Halloween costumes, tasting some good chili. That'll be coming up later on in the month of October. For more information on any event the City of Collinsville has coming up, you can check out the City of Collinsville's Facebook page. Now under center is Chai, and we got it back, I think.
Not the movement there, and Chai went under center. Tried to kind of pitch it back slightly to Sloan, and
loss of 2 on the play. 2nd down and 12 now for the Kahawks.
Lucky to pick it back up and not fumble it away.
So now Chai stays in shotgun. He is going to pass. He passes along the parallel to the line of scrimmage to Jake Holton, and Holton picks up some positive yardage before he's set down, and he might have enough. He's going to be about a yard short, it looks like, of a 1st down.
Holton got the blocks there from Sloan and Burns to get that yardage, and 2nd down.
2nd down and about 1 to go. Here is the handoff. It's going to go right up the middle. Kyler Williams will have enough for a 1st down. Then he's finally brought down at the 34-yard line. With 3:35 left to play here in this first half, Collinsville trying to move the ball down the field and put some points on the board before the two teams take the halftime break. Here's the snap. Chai back to pass. Looks and throws, but Burns had a different route in mind than the one Chris Chai threw to.
Yeah, Chai had a different route in mind there, and Burns is still streaking up the field, and nobody was home.
Yep,
for
Chai
Chai's pass.
Chai threw that about 10 yards from the line of scrimmage, and Burns was about 20 yards beyond that. So a wasted down there. 2nd down and 10 for Collinsville. Chris Chai in shotgun will keep the ball and get smacked in the backfield for a loss.
3 guys in the backfield got through there.
Richard Graham, one of those. Zach Smith, another. All right, so we'll go ahead and give it to Michael Whitford then, and Graham. 3rd down and 12 to go here for Collinsville for a first down. A little movement up front by Granite City, but no one moved into the neutral zone. There is Chris Chai in shotgun. He will go back to pass, throw it to Holton on the far side, and Holton will get about half of what he needs, and that's about it. It's going to be 4th down and about 5.
Not a bad play there. At least pick up about half that. I think the Kahoks are going to stay in 4-down territory mode here, but Granite City will call timeout.
Granite City does indeed call a timeout. They think they may get the ball back with more time to score a touchdown. 2:44 left to play here in this first half. 19-0 in favor of Granite City. Let's thank my buddy Peyton Blaylock. If you're looking to buy a new home or sell your current one, you can trust the Blaylock team of RE/MAX Alliance with your real estate needs. If you buy or sell with the Blaylocks, they will donate $200 to your favorite Kahok Booster Club. How about that? Call Peyton or Emily Blaylock today, 618-780-4622, or you can visit them online at www.blaylockteam.com. Of course, the football team's booster club had a dine to donate this past Wednesday at Colton Steakhouse. Me and my family went out there and made a donation and had some awesome steak. Oh, God, it's so good. Matter of fact, I still have some at home. I'm going to have to dig into that when I get back home tonight.
Lots of people raving about it.
Oh, yeah. 4th down and 7. Big 4th down play here for Collinsville. They're going for it. Chris Chai back to pass. Looks down the middle. Throws down the middle. Has Burns open, but overthrew him.
Didn't overthrow him by a lot, but it was enough for the ball to go incomplete. Burns could have got to it. Easy trip to the end zone.
Boy, oh boy. Another missed opportunity there. Just like the one earlier that Burns had on his hands, on his shoulder pads, off his helmet. So Edwardsville, or excuse me, why do I keep on saying Edwardsville? Granite City will get the ball back. I don't know. That's the last game of the year. I don't even know why I have, because I had a volleyball game involving Edwardsville last night. Sometimes these nights run together, you know. Granite City, excellent starting field position. Here is Freddie Edwards in the shotgun. He's going to go back to pass. Now he's going to step up and run, and he's going to run right into not only Quilling, but also Dante Williams.
Not running wild like he was before. They're getting hits on him and finding ways to bring him down.
2nd down and 6 from the Collinsville 33-yard line. Back to pass is Freddie Edwards. Now he's flushed out of the pocket. Throws it down the middle into the end zone. Wide open. Touchdown, Justin Wiley.
Kahoks defensive line was really trying to battle there to try to get anything on Freddie Edwards, but he had plenty of time to get that pass off and finds Justin Wiley right in the middle of the end zone.
Well, you know what? Granite City didn't even need to waste their timeout. They pretty much took care of that drive in about 45 seconds.
Well, it's still 2:06 left to go in the second quarter, and it's 25-0.
And the extra point try coming up from Chase Reeves. With the wind at his back this time.
Made one against the wind and missed one.
Yep. That kick is on the way and right down the middle. So, extra point good, makes it 26-0 in favor of Granite City. We'll take a timeout here, and when we come back, Kahawks will get the ball next on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Sloan's Pub House in Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House is now into their second year of operation on Main Street in Uptown Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House offers daily lunch and dinner specials that feature homemade pizza, burgers, sandwiches, salads, and more. Sloan's Pub House offers a great variety of craft libations for you adults, as well as a great brunch on Saturdays and Sundays. Sloan's Clubhouse, 119 West Main Street in Collinsville. Call 855-9100 or online, sloanspubhouse.com.
Todd Duke, Chris Kettler, and Andy Albertina back with you. We're in Granite City at Kevin Green Field. 2:06 left to play here in this first half, and the first half has been all Granite City, 26-0 in favor of the Warriors, or should I say it's been all Freddie Edwards. I mean, he's, ran the ball in for a touchdown, and he's thrown 2 touchdown passes, so I know it's not all him, but close. And now Cameron Sloan's going to have to go chase the ball down all the way at the 1-yard line. He picks it up there and moves up to about the 5 before he is finally brought down, and that is not a good thing, as Collinsville's got to dig themselves out of a hole that is right in the shadow of their own goalpost. And if they don't, Granite City's going to have a chance to put more points on the board before the end of the half.
Even though he got the touch on the ball, it kept bouncing backward, and then he finally picked it up about the 2-yard line, and then he's trying to get up the field there. He ran the risk of going back in the end zone, getting tackled for a safety, and the Kahoks will have to start from their own 5.
Granite City has one more timeout, so they can stop the clock depending on what Collinsville does here. Here's the handoff. It goes right up the middle, and up to the 10-yard line is Kyler Williams, so he picks up half of what he needs to get a first down. Clock continues to move with 1:45 left to play here in this first half. Chai has 3 wide receivers on the near side, but the handoff is going to go right up the middle once again, and then pushed backwards after that. It's going to say up to the 12-yard line, so a pickup of 2 on the play for Kyler Williams.
Much running room after running in the back of the offensive line there. No holes to get through, and it'll be 3rd and 5.
Chai back in the backfield by himself. He throws. He has a man open on the far side. Nice moves being put on. And another, almost got out of that, did Cameron Sloan, and he picks up a lot of yardage. First down. Collinsville gets the ball at the 30-yard line with 1:03 left to play here in this first half.
Good amount of yards after the catch there. Shoestring tackle brought him down at the 30.
3 wide receivers on the near, 1 on the far. Fake handoff. Play is going to go to Holton. Holton gets past 1, gets past another, gets up to midfield. He puts on a move, gets past another. He's got 1 blocker in front of him, and he zigzags his way all the way down to the end zone. 70-yard touchdown run. Collinsville and Jake Holton.
He blew past 2 guys there right after the catch, and after he breezed past those guys, there's a lot of running room, and then ping-ponged around, staying elusive, and got past 3 guys 2 other times, and Kahoks finally on the board.
Finally on the board indeed on a nice, nifty few nifty moves there by Holton. I said run, but that was actually a pass play of 70 yards, but Holton caught that ball at the line of scrimmage and then ran it 70 yards, so something like a run.
That was a forward pass, but he got a whole 70 yards there. And now Trey Simpson will try the extra point after the injured player for Granite City finally goes off.
44 seconds left in the first half, and Collinsville finally gets rid of that goose egg. Now Trey Simpson, and Collinsville will call a timeout. So Kahawks use all of their timeouts here in this first half. And I don't really know if they were, I guess they were running out of time. They don't have a play clock out here that we can see, so my guess is they were too close and they didn't want to take a delay of game penalty and have to kick that ball 5 yards farther into the wind.
Doing everything you can to chip away. Granted, these missed 2 of their extra points, so anything as far as these extra points could be important as we come into the second half.
Yeah, could be. They missed a point after attempt, and then they missed a 2-point conversion. So that could be the difference maker down the way. We'll find out. Here is Trey Simpson going for the point after attempt here by Collinsville. And they fake it. They give to Holton, and he's in for the 2-point conversion.
Holton doing a lot of moves around there. Took the pitch from the holder. That's the backup quarterback, Kyle Moore, and found a hole through the middle there, and it's 26-8. Guess they drew something up there in that timeout.
26-8, 2-point conversion good. And Granite City waits to get the ball back, and we'll see if they have any intentions on trying to move down the field and score in 44 seconds. I guess that all depends on the kickoff and where they start this possession from.
One timeout, they'll get the ball to start the second half.
Let's go ahead and thank the Collinsville Education Association while we have a second. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's new website. You can find that at collinsvillecea.org.
Team's heading back out here for this kickoff. Trey Simpson setting the ball on the tee. He'll have to kick this off against the wind and see how Granite City wants to play it at following the kickoff here. If they're ready to just take this to the half, or
wind hasn't died down that much either, has it?
I think it picked up here like as it started to set. I didn't think it was windy earlier in the day.
It wasn't really. And normally the wind dies down once the sun goes down, but that is not the case this evening. A little chill in the air as well. Trey Simpson, boy, you got the deep men up kind of far up. They're at the 20-yard line. If Simpson can get a hold of this one, which he does, that's going to send them all back. Well, it's going to go about the 18-yard line where it is caught, and it's Freddie Edwards who takes the return, and he's going to take it all the way up toward midfield before he is finally tracked down from behind by Trey Anderson. Wow.
Does it all. Now he's a kick returner is Edwards, and
ready.
The timeout here may try to get into field goal range.
Ready to see him on the sideline with a headset on and then go out and kick the ball off and then run down the field and return it and then go play some quarterback, running back. Wait for him to catch the ball, too.
Playing the band at halftime.
Yeah, playing the band at half, yeah. And see if they do a flea flicker and he catches the ball. I don't know. Edwards is in shotgun. He's already had a whale of a game, and he moves the ball up forward, tries the right side of the formation, and has close to a first down before he runs out of bounds over in front of his own bench. He's going to be real close to a first down. But he runs out of bounds and stops the clock with 28.6 seconds left.
Probably picked it up.
And they're going to
10 yards.
They're going to give him a first down, yep.
Not sure what Reeves' field goal range may be. With the wind to his back, anything's possible.
Sure is. Ball into Kahok territory at the Collinsville 44-yard line. Edwards in shotgun will throw the ball on the sideline. True Barber, oh no! Off of Barber's hands and into the hands of Justin Wiley, and Wiley all the way down to the 6.
Seemed like that was True Barber's pick right there. Just didn't get it, tipped it up into Wiley's hands, and Holton with the last-second save.
Wow.
Granite down to the 6 here with 20 seconds to go.
I was so ready to call a True Barber interception and just couldn't clamp his hands around that ball. It hit off of him, and then Wiley was back there and picked up the trash. And now the Warriors have it first and goal from their own 6-yard, from the Collinsville 6-yard line. Here is Edwards, tries the left side, and he is brought down. Cameron Sloan was in on that tackle, and at the last second, Drew Doyle came in and helped out.
Needed that help. Probably need 2 guys every time to bring down Edwards, and with 10.5 seconds to go, Granite will call that timeout.
Well, they have used their final timeout. Both teams have exhausted all their timeouts, and Granite City, unfortunately, about ready to knock on the door again with 10.5 seconds left to play, just when Collinsville got on the board.
Yeah, Granite had plenty of time there, and they were aided by that catch there that was almost an interception by True Barber.
So we'll see what they want to do after the timeout.
think they're in. You gotta think they're in field goal range, but I.
Oh yeah, I would think.
Imagine they want the touchdown.
Sure, I would too. I would imagine they're going to try one play, probably sideline play, pass play into the end zone. If it's incomplete, it stops the clock. They have enough time to kick the ball. Here is Edwards in shotgun, 10 seconds left. He will sweep around to the right-hand side. Then he'll throw it, and it's incomplete in the back of the end zone with 4.8 seconds left to play here in this first half. And I would imagine Granite City is going to trot out the field goal unit, and that's exactly what they're going to do.
Holton broke that one up there to keep the 6 off the board, and Reeves will try this field goal that's
probably 20 yards.
Yeah, basically extra point range here, and the wind to his back. Little bit off to the left, so we'll have to angle it a little bit.
Yep, they'll
also try for a block.
They'll spot the mark. The hold will take place at the 19, or excuse me, the 9. And that ball, I don't even know how they got that ball down. Wow. I have no idea how they got that ball down. That was a horrible snap, but the holder did a great job picking it up and then putting it down. And the field goal is good. And that makes it 29-8, Granite City.
Quick on the clock there. They didn't even run the whole 4 seconds off, and we got 1.4 seconds, and we'll see a kickoff.
Yeah. So the Warriors did end up getting 3 points out of that. A Freddie Edwards kickoff return sparked that drive. And then that play where True Barber had a for sure interception, went off of his hands and fell right into the awaiting hands of Justin Wiley, and Wiley got it down to the 6-yard line.
Well, this kickoff, they'll have Kyler Williams and TJ Williams farther back with Sloan in the middle right here. Try for some kind of return.
See what Collinsville can do with 1.4 seconds. It's high, and it's going to be taken at the 10-yard line by Kyler Williams. And Williams got past the initial tacklers, but then runs into a wall just as the buzzer sounds. And we will go to the locker room with Granite City leading 29-8. Time for the Cafe Agape halftime show. Cafe Agape has wonderful food. They do catering. They do carry out, and anything from nachos to meatloaf to fish to pork steaks. Cafe Agape has you covered. Hope you were able to enjoy some of their fine food down at the Italian Fest. They also deliver with the to-go delivery app. If you'd like more information on anything Cafe Agape has to offer, give them a call at 345-2233. We'll scour the internets and see what kind of scores we can find for you on this week number 6 of the high school football season. And Chris Kettler will pass along that information to you here in just a little while. And we'll be back with the second half after all that happens here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Agape in Collinsville. Cafe Agape serves up delicious sandwiches, burgers, steaks, pulled pork, and the Collinsville favorite, the steak and onion sandwich. Cafe Agape has weekly lunch and dinner specials with pork steak Wednesdays, meatloaf Thursdays, and fish every Friday. Cafe Agape also offers catering service, and you can get Cafe Agape delivered now through the to-go delivery app. Cafe Agape is open Monday through Friday from 11 to 7, and they're located at 703 St. Louis Road in Collinsville, or call 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. First National Bank of Waterloo. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo in O'Fallon for your mortgage and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, come see Bill Metzger at First National Bank of Waterloo. Call Bill at 618-632-1010 or visit him at 104 Regency Park in O'Fallon or online fnbwaterloo.com. That's my bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Agape in Collinsville. Cafe Agape serves up delicious sandwiches, burgers, steaks, pulled pork, and the Collinsville favorite, the steak and onion sandwich. Cafe Agape has weekly lunch and dinner specials with pork steak Wednesdays, meatloaf Thursdays, and fish every Friday. Cafe Agape also offers catering service, and you can get Cafe Agape delivered now through the To-Go delivery app. Cafe Agape is open Monday through Friday from 11 to 7, and they're located at 703 St. Louis Road in Collinsville, or call 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233.
Here at the halftime at Granite City High School, Granite City leads the Collinsville Kahawks 29-8 here at halftime. Todd Duke will be alongside more with some. Be along here in a little bit with some more stats. Chris Keller and I'll bring you some of these halftime scores from around the area right now. Edwardsville leads O'Fallon 35-10. Olton leads Belleville East 7-3 in the two Southwestern Conference games going on. Belleville West and East St. Louis play tomorrow. Triad leads Mascoutah 17-7. Jerseyville up at Waterloo 14-7, and Highland leads CM 40-0 in the Missouri Valley Conference games. In the South 7 Conference, it's Marion leading Althoff 17-0. Kokia on top of Centralia 28-0, and Mount Vernon losing to Carbondale 17-0 at halftime. Some Kokia Conference scores: Columbia leads Columbia Freeburg tied 14-14 at the half. Central leads Redbud 29-0 at the half. Carlisle leading Westcliff 16-7 at the half, and non-conference game, Granite City's next week opponent, Mater Dei, losing to Quincy Notre Dame up in Quincy 14-7. Todd will be along with some stats and more as we're here at the half with Granite City leading the Kahoks 29-8.
All Pro Tees is your place for custom apparel for your school, business, sports team, and more. All Pro Tees offers a variety of services and options, and they'll walk you through that process step by step. They pride themselves in being a local Collinsville business, and they specialize in helping their clients promote and grow that business, all with custom apparel. All Pro Tees, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or call 344-2200. Agape in Collinsville. Cafe Agape serves up delicious sandwiches, burgers, steaks, pulled pork, and the Collinsville favorite, the steak and onion sandwich. Cafe Agape has weekly lunch and dinner specials with pork steak Wednesdays, meatloaf Thursdays, and fish every Friday. Cafe Agape also offers catering service, and you can get Cafe Agape delivered now through the To-Go delivery app. Cafe Agape is open Monday through Friday from 11 to 7, and they're located at 703 St. Louis Road in Collinsville, or call 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233.
And we welcome you back to Kevin Green Field here on the campus of Granite City High School. Todd Duke, Chris Kettler, Andy Albertino with you. Halftime, and Collinsville trailing by a score of 29-8. I know that Chris Kettler has already given you some of the high school football halftime scores during our Cafe Agape halftime show. Can also let you know, as most of you probably already do, that the St. Louis Cardinals lost today up in Chicago at Wrigley Field 8-4 in a game that, Cardinals were trailing 2-0 in the first inning and tried to play catch-up all day and just could not do it. And the second to the last preseason game going on in downtown St. Louis right now for your St. Louis Blues against the Dallas Stars. And right now, midway through that game, about 10 minutes to go in the second period, the Blues have a 1-0 lead. And Chris, here, it's 29-8, and the Kahoks have better figured out a way and make some adjustments, or else this is going to be a long second half as well.
Yeah, I think they made some adjustments there after the first quarter. It was a hot start for Granite City. After that, you held Edwards. I almost said Edwards. I think I was meaning Edwards, Freddie Edwards, and Granite City to 10 points. The late field goal, more even there in the second quarter. It was a very slow start for the Kahok offense to get much going, but hopefully they can build on that last touchdown that they had with 40 seconds to go.
Yeah, and we were hoping for a little bit more toward the end of that Granite City drive, man. True Barber had himself a sure interception, but it sure didn't end up that way.
No, it didn't. He had the tip on it and having to fall down on the receiver's hands the last second, and that led to that last 3 points for Granite City. But unfortunately, it was just kind of only made up for the missed extra points they had and one more point. So not too much hurt there.
Yep. A big thank you to Cafe Agape once again for sponsoring our halftime show. Again, Cafe Agape open Monday through Friday from 11 to 7. 703 St. Louis Road is where you will find them in Collinsville, and you can give them a call at 345-CAFE. That is 345-2233. Well, the game started off quick, 33-yard run by Freddie Edwards with 8:36 left to go in the first. Just like that, Granite City had a 7-0 lead. About 4 minutes later, another drive capped off by a 5-yard run by Graham. And before you knew it, the 13-0 after the missed extra point, Granite City was off and running, and they weren't finished in the first quarter either. A 30-yard touchdown pass to Graham from Freddie Edwards with 1.5 minutes left to go in the first. Made it a 19-0 lead after they missed the 2-point conversion. Second quarter got started quite the same way that the first quarter came to a close. A 33-yard touchdown pass to Wiley with just 2:06 left to go in the second. Made it 26-0. Collinsville finally got on the board with 44 seconds left. A 70-yard touchdown pass to Jake Holton, although the pass itself was thrown parallel to the line of scrimmage. Jake Holton did all the work from there and zigzagged his way upfield. The ball tipped right into the hands of Justin Wiley, and a couple of plays later, Granite City had to settle for a 19-yard field goal, in which they did. And that's where we stand right now, 29-8. And the bad news is that Collinsville won the coin toss and decided to receive it first, so Granite City gets their hands on the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, it was a shame because the first possession went nowhere, but it was a 3-and-out. So you lost out on that coin toss already. So the defense needs to get that stop, bring it right back.
I have become a firm believer over the last few years that it's better if you win the coin toss to defer and get the ball first in the second half, because then you know where you stand. If you're trailing, you know what you got to do. If you're ahead, you're feeling better about yourselves.
Right, yeah. Defer the second half there and tell your defense, get a stop, get us the ball. Or maybe you could do some trickeration there and just onside kick and get a ball. Anything's possible.
Yep. But Collinsville will have their work definitely cut out for them. The first thing they'll have to do is get a 3-and-out somehow or another against this Granite City bunch, and I think Granite City has scored on every possession they've had except for one.
They definitely had that one where Edwards punted on them, and there may have been another one.
Yeah, I think there was a turnover on downs and there was the punt, so two times.
Turnover downs and punt.
So 2 times Granite City had possession of the ball that they did not get any points out of it, or else we could be looking at a lot worse of a score than 29-8.
Maybe this could be the time here on this kickoff for some kind of trick play, onside kick or something.
Well, you're down by 3 touchdowns, and
work the ball back here, and
well,
that's the best defense maybe to get.
We tried that last week against East St. Louis too, but the ball didn't travel 10 yards.
Well, you had to try everything you can
out
of there. Keep them off the field.
And Chris Chai did a good job last week of barking out signals, and East St. Louis jumped offside, what, about 5-6 times in that game?
Yeah, they weren't keyed in there, not disciplined on that, and that's something East St. Louis will have to work on in some bigger games down the road.
Flip side of that coin is they've tried that here with Granite City, and Granite City's not biting.
No, Granite City's not biting at all. They're even giving space in the neutral zone there if their guys do pop up. They know they're winning some battles there against our offensive line.
There goes the scoreboard again.
Another scoreboard malfunction.
Yeah, seems like at the end of every quarter or the beginning of the next, something goes wrong with their scoreboard.
Here it comes.
They're getting it back up now, and Trey Simpson is ready to kick things off. And once again, to start the third quarter, Collinsville will have this gusty north wind at their back. And yeah, that north wind has ushered in some chilly temperatures. It's a little chilly up here tonight. Got some warmer temperatures for next week. Back up into the mid-80s next week. Have to turn the air conditioner back on.
It'll be hot and sweaty for the soccer game on Tuesday. In the booth, it'll be.
Yeah, I'll be there Tuesday. I got the same schedule next week. Tuesday, home soccer. Thursday night, home volleyball. Friday, road football. Trey Simpson kicks it off, and boy, that was a catch over the shoulder there. That was at about the 5-yard line, and a couple of spin moves later, and it looks like Logan Gordon, gets it back up to about the 25-yard line. So that's where Granite City will begin the second half. Freddie Edwards will come out, see if he can guide his team downfield again.
Defense rested here. They're ready to come out and get a stop.
That's what we are looking and hoping for. Wiley lines up as a wide receiver on the near side. Split backs in front of Freddie Edwards, and Edwards will hand off. He will do so, and it'll be a run for Wilson, and he'll get back up to the line of scrimmage at the last second, and then he falls forward for about 2 on the carry.
He's able to sneak past Philpott and Anderson. Get forward for those 2 yards.
Or Jake Holton finally brought him down. And, you know, Granite City's in no hurry. Second down and 8 to go after a 2-yard pickup. Edwards in shotgun once again, one lone running back, and that is Graham. The bluff goes to him, and Edwards takes off running once again. Tries the right side, has room, and then gets pushed into the Collinsville bench by Cameron Sloan. Thought for a minute there that Freddie Edwards almost grabbed the face mask of Sloan on his way out. First down, Granite City.
Almost thought Sloan got close to pulling him down on the horse collar too, but got him out of bounds.
Yeah, I thought that Sloan was going to keep going too and throw him down to the ground when he was already out of bounds, but thankfully he didn't do that. Fresh set of downs here for Granite City. Edwards in shotgun once again. 2 wide receivers on the far. The handoff is going to be bluffed to Graham again. Edwards gets out of it, and then a bunch of Kahawks come and help bring him down. Man, that kid is hard to get down, isn't he?
It took 4 guys here, and now
there's a late flag.
Bombacino, gave 1 push, and now he just threw a punch at True Barber, and now the Kahawk players are able to make sure that Barber doesn't do anything. That should be that should be an ejection. Bombacino, if that's who that was, threw a punch at True Barber.
Yeah, Dante Williams and Trey Anderson smart enough to grab True Barber and push him away from that before he did something to draw yet another flag. Personal foul against Granite City. Unsportsmanlike conduct.
I missed the punch?
I guess. They threw the flag for something, so they saw something.
There was the first push he did, and then he threw a punch at Barber.
Well, the referees are still talking about it. Personal foul. Repeat second down. They did not indicate that they have kicked anybody out.
No, he's gone to the bench for now, and it'll just back up. Geez, I almost keep saying I want to say Edwardsville. What has happened here?
I gave you the Edwardsville flu. So after the yardage is tacked on, it's going to be second down and about 25 yards for a first down. So that will help the Collinsville cause here. 10:41 left to play. We're just underway in the second half. Edwards back in shotgun. 2 wide receivers on the far side. Graham off to the left-hand shoulder of Edwards, and he bluffs the throw to him. Throws it all the way over to the other side for Wilson, and Wilson will head toward the sideline before he is finally brought down after a gain of about 5 on the play. It'll be third down and about 15, 16 yards to go here for a first down for Granite City.
It's only about 5 yards there. Holton stayed with him, chased him down from behind, and tackled him inbounds, and Quilling will get a rest here.
Third and long here for Granite City. Warriors up 29-8. 9:55 left to play here in quarter number 3. Wide receivers line up 3 on the right-hand side, 1 on the far side. Graham.
Tough catch there, fumbling off his hands and walking along the sideline there, but Kahawks get him pushed out of bounds to be 4th and 3.
And they moved it up an extra yard, so 4th down and 3 here for the Warriors. The ball sits on their own 47-yard line. They need to get to Collinsville's 49-yard line. Here's the snap, and Edwards is going to keep it again, and Edwards is going to have a first down, and he's going to have a little bit more, and he might have himself a lot more. True Barber is the last chance here for Collinsville, and he slides right off the backside of Edwards, and Edwards is in for a 53-yard touchdown run.
He broke free there at the 50-yard line when he got past Holton there, and then no real Kahawks got him, hand on him until the 10-yard line when True Barber made that last dive at Freddie Edwards, and Granite City gets the touchdown here to start the third quarter.
Off and running once again are the Warriors, and the Freddie Edwards show continues here.
Reeves will try this extra point. He made a field goal earlier.
Has an extra point and the field goal that you mentioned, trying for, actually has 2 extra points. 1 field goal, 1 missed, and now he has his 3rd extra point. So tack on the point. That makes it 36-8 in favor of the Granite City Warriors, and we're back with the Kahawks' first possession of the second half right after a timeout here on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river.
Call Lakeside Roofing today, 618-344-2800, or on the Missouri side, 314-241-5253, or online, lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside.
Todd Duke, Chris Kettler, and Andy Albertina back with you from Kevin Green Field here on the campus of Granite City High School. And it's all Warriors, 36-8. As the Warriors kick the ball off, it's low. It's a bouncer, and it's going to be taken by Stephen Green at about the 25-yard line, and he gets to 25 before he's finally brought down.
Not much running room there. Gets maybe 5, and Kahoks offense has a lot of work to do.
That they do. So does their defense.
Thought I heard they said 220 yards for Freddie Edwards.
That doesn't surprise me. Yeah.
We don't have stats here in front of us, but
no, we don't.
Sounds like a conversation I heard.
We don't have a stat keeper on the road games, only at home. Here is Chai. He will hand the ball off to Kyler Williams. Williams turns wide around the left-hand side and picks up about 4, maybe 6 yards before he is finally brought out of bounds right in front of his own bench, just past the 30-yard line.
Picks up the 4 there as he turns the corner at the last second, but it's forced out of bounds.
2nd down and 5. Chai in shotgun, looks, throws. Woods has it, puts on a move, and gets around one tackler and then gets licked from behind. Man, it was a big, big hit there put on by Granite City right at the last second.
Woods getting in there, finally getting a reception and 2-yard gain.
Well, they gave the tackle to number 80, Reed Wilson, but I think number 60 was the one who got the tackle, but there isn't a 60 on my roster. Here is the handoff to Kyler Williams, and he tries the up the middle move, a little off to the right-hand side, and it looks like he has enough for a 1st down, and he will.
Followed in the block there up the middle from the center Smith, and Kyler Williams gets enough for a 1st down.
So Collinsville gets a 1st down on their first possession of the second half. Couldn't pull that off in the first half, and that really hurt him. Back to pass as Chai, another one to Wilson. Wilson gets around one tackler, and then Graham brings him down, and that's going to be about a 12-yard gain and another 1st down here for Collinsville.
Yeah, good healthy gain. Ron Woods, a couple catches here in this quarter, and Kahoks moving the ball.
Quick little outside flat routes here run by Collinsville, and right now they're paying off a bit. Chai in shotgun. Kyler Williams is his lone setback pick. Oh, man. Good reaction there by Chris Chai on the high snap. Rolls around to his right-hand side. He's not going to get any yards. Matter of fact, he's going to lose maybe 3 on the play, but boy, oh, boy, that could have been a lot worse.
Did a good job of jumping it up and knocking the ball back into his own hands. Made the most out of it he could, but it was still a 5-yard loss.
Yeah, 5-yard loss on the play instead of 3, so that's a big loss there for Collinsville after they were making some positive moves forward. Chai in shotgun once again. He has 3 wide receivers on the near side. Lots of cushion over there, and now the pass is going to go to Holton. He jots to his right, picks up more yardage, and gets back up just past the original line of scrimmage. So they got that 5 back plus 1, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and 9.
Granite defensive back seemed a little late arriving on that new formation by Collinsville. Allowed Holton to get them a couple yards.
Line of scrimmage right at the 50-yard line. Empty backfield now for Chris Chai. 4 wide receivers on the far side. 1 on the near. Here's a snap. That one's going way over his head. He scoops it up, does Chai. And now he tries to get out of a sack, and he can't. All the way back at the 30-yard line.
Well, he just didn't want to throw any bad pass floater out there. Woods was looking for him and had to take the sack.
Yep. It'll be 4th down and 30.
Smith shaking off his hands there. I don't know what's up with the snaps there, but coach checking on his hand too over there.
And a flag. Someone lined up offside, and that will give Collinsville an extra 5 yards. 6:53 left to play here in this 3rd quarter. And Collinsville, they were moving forward, and then a couple of bad snaps. And you're looking at a 4th and forever. ready again. Here's the snap. Chai gets off the punt, and it's going to be caught at the 25-yard line by Reed Wilson, and Wilson's going to get it back up to the 45-yard line before he's finally brought down.
80 bringing that one up. Wilson, and even gets 10 more yards after getting wrapped up by Garth, and Warriors get a big return there.
Yep, they'll get some excellent starting field position on their own 45-yard line with 6:40 left to play here in this third quarter. We are getting dangerously close to mercy rule time.
Yeah, if they get a couple more touchdowns, we'll get into that zone and see that for the second week in a row.
Yeah, that's not a good thing you want to do here. Here's Justin Wiley lined up as a wide receiver on the near side. A snap, the handoff is going to go to Graham, and Graham tries up the middle, off left center, and gets right up to midfield. They'll put the ball down on the Collinsville 49-yard line, gain of 6 on the play. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 4.
Graham had to hold up a couple seconds there for the ball to rest in his arms, but it's still a healthy gain of 6 yards.
Graham remains the lone setback. Now 2 wide receivers on either side of this formation. 2nd down and 4 to go for Granite City as the Warriors are on the move again. Man comes into motion. That is Wiley. Wiley gets the handoff as soon as the ball is snapped. Tries the right side and has a 1st down. Breaks 1 tackle, spins off another, and gets down to the Collinsville 30-yard line.
Wiley with the end around, got past the first man, Holton, and got past the blocked out Cuddy back, and Warriors have this up to the 30-yard line now.
Take away a missed 2-point conversion and a missed extra point. Granite City would have 39 points right now. But they have 36 and looking to build off of that. Here's the snap. Throw on the far side sideline. That is Brennan Haddix. And Haddix is brought down as soon as he touches the ball.
Haddix had to leave his feet to get that one, and I allowed Jake Holton to close in quickly and tackle him for a loss.
Loss of 2 on the play brings up 2nd down and 12. 5:20 left to play here in this third quarter. Granite City up 36-8. The winner of this game will improve to 3-3 and keep their playoff hopes alive. The loser will drop to 2-4, and their playoff hopes pretty much all but dashed. And a flag on the play. Granite City player moved across the line of scrimmage before the ball was snapped, so 2nd and 12 is going to become a 2nd and 17.
Maybe only the second one of those false starts on Granite City. They stayed pretty clean, and following the play for a loss, they go back farther on the penalty.
Blues are still up 1-0 at the end of 2. Snap. Edwards rolls out to his right, looks, throws on the run, and that ball was tipped by Holton right over the head of Reed Wilson. So it'll bring up 3rd and long.
Yeah, they're looking for Wilson there. Holton got his fingertips on it to tip it away and made it uncatchable there for Wilson.
Holton was mad. Holton thought he should have had an interception.
Went right through his hands.
Now Wiley will line up as a wide receiver in the slot on the far side. So double slot wide receivers. Freddie Edwards back to pass. Now he'll step up, throw it, complete in the middle of the field, and a couple of moves later, and Wilson, who almost got his jersey ripped off, will get it down inside the 10-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal here for Granite City.
Freddie Edwards stepped up, saw the whole field, found Reed Wilson in the middle there, and Wilson got about another 5 yards. It'll be 1st and goal.
4.5 minutes to play here in this third quarter. And Edwards and Granite City knocking on the door once again. There's the snap, and Edwards is going to keep it. He darts off to his right, and he makes it all the way in for a touchdown.
The first time hit on him at the 4-yard line, and The 3 guys closing on him. He still carried him to the end zone, and it's 42-8 Warriors.
Edwards has ran in 3 touchdowns and passed for a couple of more.
It's been the Freddie Edwards show here for the Granite
Sure
Warriors
has.
tonight. Well on their way to winning this one, and next challenge will be for Mater Dei to look for a way to stop him.
That ought to be a really good game there, actually. Here is Chase Reeves for yet another extra point try. And that kick is on the way, and that kick is good. So tap on the extra point, 43-8 in favor of Granite City. And the Kahawks will get the ball back here in just a moment after a brief timeout for us here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Colton Preko. I want to thank the team at RE/MAX Alliance for helping me find my first home. It couldn't have been any easier. If you're in the game for a new home, contact my friends at RE/MAX Alliance.
Pack Mail, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail, 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call 346-4884.
Todd Duke, Chris Kettler, and Andy Albertina back with you from Granite City. Friday night football, week number 6, and Collinsville on the wrong end of a 43-8 score with 4:15 left to play here in this third quarter. A short kick once again picked up by Stephen Green. Green cuts it up the middle and then turns it to the right and gets up to about the 35-yard line before he is finally brought down, and Collinsville will start 1st and 10 from there.
Well, unfortunately, you're hitting blowout time now here, but it's time to think positive here and get a good drive going.
Granite City trying to accomplish the 2-game sweep of the week after the Granite City soccer team knocked off your Kahawks back on Tuesday night. 1-1 game at the end of regulation. They decided to go for penalty kicks, and Granite City knocked 4 in the net. Collinsville could only knock in 2. Here is Chris Chai. He rolls, he throws, he has Holton open at the 40-yard line, and that is a catch and a gain of a 5 on the play. Nice catch by Holton over there. Good job hanging on to it because he got hit immediately after he caught it.
Barnett stayed right on him, hit Holton down there, but he'll get the 5-yard gain.
Quick offense here for Collinsville as they trail by a bunch of points. Here is Chris Chai. Rolls out to his right, looks, throws, and throws over the head of Holton. Number 4 was all over number 4. Justin Wiley all over Jake Holton as that ball was overthrown anyway. That'll bring up 3rd down and 6 to go here for Collinsville. Clock stops on the incomplete pass with 3:32 left to play here in this third quarter. Chai, empty backfield. Collinsville probably throwing every down from here on out. Yeah, just as I say that, they hand it off to Cameron Sloan, and a false start will stop all that action right there.
Look at the receiver here on the near side, jumping off early. Woods.
Stops the clock with 3:29 left to play. And Collinsville now with a 3rd and 11 after the 5-yard penalty is tacked on. And I bet they will not hand off this time. Chai back to pass, rolls, and overthrows everybody. I guess that was intended for Woods. Threw it about 10 yards over his head and about 20 yards too deep.
That's not a good pass there. Overthrew Woods, and Kahoks will face 4th and 10. Gonna go for it here, probably.
Looks like it. Might as well. Granite City's not sending anyone back to collect the punt either, so maybe Chris Chai can find an open receiver, and nope, instead it's an incomplete pass. Granite City will take over, and they will have a very short field to work with, and if they score another touchdown, this clock will be running for the rest of the game.
The last pass was low at Wood's feet. Even if he caught it, probably not enough for the first down. And, yeah, now the defense is just hoping to keep the running clock away.
That was not a very good series by Chris Chai there. He overthrew 2 and underthrew 1.
Yeah, it's all out of sorts there. Passes were off, and
looks like he was feeling a pressure coming from somewhere, but there really wasn't any pressure coming.
Yeah, he was reacting to pressure that really wasn't there on most of the time.
So here's Freddie Edwards again. I know we were getting sick of hearing his name. Here's the handoff. It goes to Graham. Graham, a little hesitation on the move at first, but skips his way forward and picks up positive yardage and will get half of what he needs for a first down. It'll be 2nd and 5. Actually, it's going to be about 2nd and 4.
Sloan was slow to get it back up, but he finally gets up, but Quilling is the one going back to the sideline.
Freddie Edwards in shotgun, having a whale of a game here for Granite City. Here's the snap, and the handoff is going to go once again right up the middle, and it should be enough for a first down as the pile continues to move. Referees will not blow their whistles until the whole 2-team pile slams down all at once at the 15-yard line.
He's still moving forward, even if there's 20 guys around him.
That was Justin Wiley who got that handoff, I believe, or was that Graham again? That was Graham.
I think it was Graham again. Gets him down to the 16.
Now Graham will go over to the left or the right-hand shoulder of Edwards. And Edwards will follow him and then pitch it up and does so on a little shovel pass to Reed Wilson. And Reed Wilson falls forward for a couple of yard gain.
Trying to draw everybody to the outside there and pitch the shovel pass out to Wilson down the middle, and the Warriors get about 5 yards.
2nd down and 5. Ball on Collinsville's 11-yard line. Scoreboard says 2nd down and 5. PA man said 2nd down and 7. Looks more like 2nd down and 8. Here's keeper by Edwards, and he tries the left side and gets across the line of scrimmage before he is finally pushed back by a host of Collinsville Kahawks. And that'll bring up a 3rd down situation. Well, they actually gave him positive yardage on that, huh? So we'll call it 3rd and 5. 1:20 left to play here in the 3rd quarter. Edwards in shotgun, has Graham off to his left-hand shoulder this time. There's a snap. Edwards rolls out. He looks, a little pass, and it's incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. We'll see how Edwardsville wants to play it. Either go for a field goal against the wind or try for it on 4th down.
I'll probably try a field goal here, give the kicker an opportunity. It won't bring on the running clock if they make it, but give Reeves this opportunity here. Never know if you might need him later in the year. Straight on kick here, will be about 27 yards.
We'll see how he handles it against the wind. He's already missed 1 against the wind, or he missed an extra point against the wind. Reeves is ready to go. His holder, Brendan Haddix, also ready to go. But before all that, Granite City will call a timeout. Well, that'll give us a chance to thank the Junior Service Club of Collinsville. The Junior Service Club has been doing their thing since 1934. The Junior Service Club has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go help the needy in Collinsville. Next thing coming up for the Junior Service Club is the Cozy Cafe Baking Contest. That'll be a week from tomorrow, Saturday, October 6th from 6 p.m. to 8:30 at St. John Evangelical United Church of Christ. That's at 307 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Pies, cakes, baker's choice. Oh, they'll have ribbons, cash prizes, bragging rights, and all the proceeds go to benefit the Collinsville Food Pantry. For more information, call 910-1646. Reeves ready, snap down, ball held, kick is on the way, and the wind actually pushed that one back toward the middle, and it is good. And that makes it 46-8. Collinsville will get the ball back when we come back after a brief timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, and accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs, sauces, and they donate 25 cents of each unit sold to first responder and military organizations that focus on providing aid to the fallen, suicide prevention, and PTSD awareness. Stop on by. See the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place world champion Patriot sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com.
Kahawks will get the ball back after a 27-yard field goal by Chase Reeves. 46-8 is our score, and that ball ends up going out of bounds on the far side before Stephen Green could get a hold of it. And Collinsville will get the ball 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line with 1 minute to play here in this third quarter.
Looks like they keeping the offense on the sideline and going to make Granite City kick this over.
Oh, okay. Well, let's do that then.
Might be Kyle Moore coming in at quarterback here. He's doing some tosses during the Granite City possession. See if he comes out here to lead the offense here for the last 13 minutes of the game.
Kyle Moore has seen a little bit of action on the varsity side. Not much. He's completed 1 pass, and everything else has been running plays.
He completed the pass, if you will, to Holton on the fake kick extra point, the toss to Holton for the 2.
Yeah. Did that too. So now the kickoff will come from the 35-yard line. I'm not sure who the kicker is because it's number 60. It goes from 58 to 62 on their roster. We'll try it again. And it's a bouncer, real short, and Kyler Williams will just fall on it at the 36-yard line. So basically, Collinsville gained a yard by not taking the penalty. 58.5 seconds left.
And Granite City kick it over, and yeah, 1 yard, half yard. And it is Moore out there.
Kyle Moore, 6 foot, 135-pound sophomore quarterback here for Collinsville. Moore hands the ball off and does so to Kyler Williams, and Williams is off to the races, folks. All the way. 64-yard touchdown run.
Where's that been all night?
I don't know.
Been waiting for anything like that. Kyler Williams breaks one off out of nowhere, and Kahoks are on the board. May try for 2.
Wow. How about a 64-yard touchdown run right when the new quarterback comes in?
A couple of big plays to get the 2 touchdowns, and yeah, they'll go for 2.
Yep, Kyle Moore is going to go for 2, and the Kahawks will have 2 wide receivers on the far, 1 on the near, and Moore is going to keep it, and he'll get wrapped up right where he stood. He did not get but 1 step forward before he was wrapped up, so the 2-point conversion is no good, but Collinsville does get a touchdown here in the second half to go along with the one they got in the first half. Granite City leads by a score of 46-14. Granite City will get the ball back when we come back from a brief timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
I'm Colton Preko. I want to thank the team at RE/MAX Alliance for helping me find my first home. It couldn't have been any easier. If you're in the game for a new home, contact my friends at RE/MAX Alliance.
Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is a T3 certified tire center and they can handle all of the basics, like oil changes and tune-ups, and the not-so-basic stuff like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations, Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook.
48.3 seconds left to play here in this third quarter, and Collinsville picks up a nice 64-yard touchdown run by Kyler Williams. But I fear that it's maybe too little too late. But you know what? There's a whole quarter of football left to play after these 48 seconds, so we'll see. Here's Trey Simpson ready for the kickoff. And it's going to be a onside kick that never did hit the ground. It was caught in midair right at midfield by the Granite City up man, Aaron Barnett.
Well, it's not over. Penn State rattled off 35 points in the fourth quarter last Friday against Illini, so, well,
it can be done.
Maybe.
Oh, sure. Anything's possible in the game of football, especially when you're talking at the high school level. We were just talking about running clock a minute ago, and now that's not anywhere close to happening. So, hey, go out there and give it all you got, see what happens. Freddie Edwards is going to stay in at quarterback, though, for his team. He's in shotgun. Got to be getting precariously close to a 300-yard night for the Granite City quarterback as he barrels his way into Kahok territory at the 45-yard line, which will bring up a second down and about 3.
Edwards up the middle, gets 7-8 yards. A few different guys out there on defense for the Kahoks this time around. Jermaine Burns.
Well, Granite City's going to let the clock run out here, and we will head to the fourth quarter as the clock hits 0. That's that sound that you hear, and we'll be back with the fourth quarter right after our timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Back at Kevin Green Field here in Granite City as Freddie Edwards takes a snap and rolls out to the right side, and he is going to have enough for a first down, plus a couple of extra yards. And the chains will move once again for Granite City. Underway in the fourth quarter. Granite City up 46-14. Collinsville with a touchdown in the first half with a 2-point conversion. And a touchdown here in the second half with a regular conversion. Actually missed on the 2-point conversion. That's why we're at 14. One made 2-pointer, one missed 2-pointer. Freddie Edwards in shotgun once again. His team up 46-14. Handoff goes to Graham up the middle, and Graham gets about a yard.
Not much there. Back seem a little step slower here as we go here later in the game. Lots of points for Granite City, and Kahoks are bringing some different guys in on defense, like I said, before the end of the quarter.
Well, Othello Williams just raced off the field and ran right to the bench, and he is holding on to that left wrist.
That's why they brought in Garcia, and now
it's like there was an official timeout. Yeah, that's Eldridge Diarion who is coming off holding that left hamstring. Nice, cool, crisp night here, so must be a hammy tightening up on him. I'm sure it has nothing to do with cramps. Though you never can tell. They're out there playing a game of football and sweating. Here's a handoff to Graham. He goes up the middle, and he has all kinds of success before he finally runs into Jake Holton and is brought down at the 25-yard line. That'll be enough for another Granite City first down.
He attacked that spot left over there by fellow Williams and gets through for the gain and the first down.
And the 2 touchdowns that Collinsville has scored have been huge runs. A 70-yard touchdown pass to Jake Holton, but like I said, he caught that pass right at the line of scrimmage, so all those 70 yards he picked up on his own, and then a 64-yard run by Kyler Williams. Here's a flag on the play as that running play really doesn't go very far. Edwards did more east to west running than he did north to south, and there's going to be a hold against against Granite City on the play. And the penalty stops the clock with 10:21 left to play here in this fourth quarter.
Though Williams comes back out there now following this penalty. Penalties racking up now a little bit for Granite City after it was pretty clean early. Stay first down and be about 1st and 15.
Edwards and company back up to the line of scrimmage. First down and 14 to go from the Collinsville 29-yard line. And Graham and Edwards having a little conversation back there. Edwards throws the ball down the middle, has a man open, and that is going to be in for a touchdown for Reed Wilson.
Great catch in traffic there by Reed Wilson. Makes a move up the field and the other 12 yards. Finds his way to the end zone and 52-14. Lots of points here tonight for Granite City.
Yes, there is.
Reeves will add the extra point, so even if he makes this, we'll still be a point short of the running clock.
Yeah. Not that that's what we're wishing for, folks, but we're just kind of keep you in the know, in the information. 40-point lead by any team results in a running clock. And a kick is on the way, and it's a 39-point lead for Granite City. 10 minutes, 6 seconds left to play here in this fourth quarter. 53-14 in favor of Granite City. Another timeout. Collinsville will get the ball back when we return on the Kahok Sports Network.
Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today, 618-344-2800, or on the Missouri side, 314-241-5253, or online, lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside.
Back here at Kevin Green Field, Todd Duke, Andy Albertina, Chris Kettler with you. Blues have added on another goal in the third period. They're up 2-0 over the Dallas Stars with about 10 minutes left to go in that third stanza. They will close out the preseason Sunday at the Stanley Cup champion Washington Capitals. That's weird to say. And then the season will get underway in 6 days. Here is Cameron Sloan, who gets the bouncing ball right at the 20, brings it up the near side here, skirts it up right in front of his bench, puts on a nice move and gets it up to about the 46-yard line. So Collinsville will have some pretty decent starting field position here.
Well, that's why they've been not kicking it towards them all day. Sloan finally gets the touch on the ball on a return and gets it down near midfield.
Kyle Moore will come back out and play the role of quarterback here late in this game. Under 10 minutes to play, 53-14. Last week, Collinsville gave up 74 points. Here's the handoff, and it's going to go to Kyler Williams, and Williams will get it into Granite City territory at the Warriors' 49-yard line.
Jaden Neighbors finally getting a carry.
Oh, Neighbors, okay.
Hadn't seen too many carries from him tonight.
No, we have
after
not.
The early part of the game only.
Here's a snap right into the face mask of
He's gone, maybe.
Moore, and there is Neighbors again, and Jaden Neighbors busts another big run up, and deeper into Granite City territory are your Kahawks at the Warrior 30-yard line.
Back-to-back touches by Neighbors, gets about 30 yards on the 2 carries. Kahawks driving.
There's the snap, and Moore going to pass for the first time. Does so to Malcolm Burns, and Burns doesn't get very far. He's going to be lucky to get back up to the line of scrimmage.
Burns' catch doesn't really go for anything positive there. Negative yards. They
Yeah.
keep the clock running.
Didn't get out of bounds, didn't gain any yards. Loss of 2 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 12 to go here for Collinsville. 2 wide receivers on the far side, Woods and Holton. Malcolm Burns remains the lone wideout on the near side. Handoff is going to go to Kyler Williams, and Williams will bring it forward to about the 26-yard line before he is finally brought down by the referee whistles, because he never was brought down.
You know, that time there just kind of stalled out, wasn't moving forward, or it's all to the side, and they pull that one dead.
So it'll bring up a 3rd down and about 7 to go for a 1st down here for Collinsville. Moore in shotgun once again, barks out signals, almost made the Warriors jump offside. Something that the Warriors have not done much at all tonight. Here's the snap, back to pass, a little sideline pass to Ron Woods. Woods had a blocker in front of him, used him very well as a screen, gets past one tackler and drags another one with him inside the 5-yard line to about the 4, and Collinsville will have it 1st and goal.
Pass over the sideline, you're expecting them to get knocked out of bounds at some point. It does Woods, he cuts it back in and gets it down to about the 3 or 4 yard line.
1st and goal for Collinsville. Moore takes another high snap right in the face mask, gives it up to Neighbors, and Neighbors is in for a 3-yard touchdown.
Jaden Neighbors getting some carries there on that series, and he'll find the end zone for the Kahawks' 3rd touchdown of the night, and they'll bring in Simpson to kick this one maybe.
Wish we could have saw some of this fancy ball movement a little bit earlier in the game.
Yeah, could have kept the ball moving earlier in the game. Kept Granite City's offense off the field a little more and put some pressure on them with some points on the board.
Yeah, well, easier said than done. Well, I'm not talking about the offensive side. The defensive side, Freddie Edwards just has an answer for everything, it seems. Here is a field goal try, or extra point try by Trey Simpson, and that one is good. Line drive shot that ends up going through. 53-24 is our score. Granite City continues with the lead, and I would expect to see another onside kick coming from Collinsville here when we return on the Kahok Sports Network.
Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, and accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs, sauces, and they donate 25 cents of each unit sold to first responder and military organizations that focus on providing aid to the fallen, suicide prevention, and PTSD awareness. Stop on by, see the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place world champion Patriot sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at Code 3.
We welcome you back to Granite City once again. Collinsville scores another touchdown. This one on a 3-yard touchdown run by Jaden Neighbors. 53-21 our score. Simpson, a little pop-up kick, and right off the bat, the receiver gets hit, but holding on to the ball is Reed Wilson.
Wilson popped up and made that catch. Landed right down the ground with it.
How much you want to bet that the Kahawks will be working on their onside kicks during practice this week?
Always trying for that. It's a good weapon to have.
Hard to do all that when you got a soccer player as your kicker, though, because he's not at a lot of the football practices.
Oh, yeah. He's got a lot of soccer games to work at. Maybe he might make a practice during the week.
So Granite City has the ball, 1st and 10 from their own 48-yard line. And Edwards not in the game anymore. Backup quarterback, Sebastian Turner, checks into the game. Turner, as we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, 7 for 25 coming in, 102 yards through the air, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. But Granite City gets into Collinsville territory at the Kahok 49-yard line. 7:15 left to play here in this 4th quarter. There's a snap. Handoff is going to go to Graham, so they go to the backup quarterback, but they do not go to the backup running backs. And Graham plows forward for a couple of yards. It'll bring up a 3rd down and about 6 to go here for Granite City.
The only real one Granite City has subbed out is quarterback. A few guys getting in there on defense for the Kahawks.
Haddix remains as a wide receiver here on the near side. And I believe Turner trying to draw Collinsville offside there. Stays in shotgun. Takes the snap and drops it. Collinsville jumps on it. Do they? Oh, finally, after a couple of bounces, it's Quilling that ends up with the ball in his hands, and Collinsville has it. 1st and 10 from the Granite City 45-yard line.
Not a clean handoff there. And Quilling picks it up.
I don't know who was there first. I believe that one of the other linemen touched the ball first for Collinsville, but had those slippy fingers and couldn't quite pick it up. But Quilling did. And Collinsville will get the ball back here with 6:19 left to play. Moore going back to pass, looks and throws up a flutterer, but hey, it was a nice move there to come back for it by Malcolm Burns, and Burns will pick up a 1st down at the 25-yard line.
Burns came back to the ball at the right time there. Not quite all the way there for him, but he comes back and makes the catch, and get a little bit of a break here as they bring in Kyle Kershaw on this next play.
1st down here is Neighbors. Neighbors gets it, and he gets a 1st down all the way down to the 10-yard line. They're going to mark him down at the 11, so it'll be 1st and 10 for Collinsville instead of 1st and goal. Kahawks, by the way, has all 3 of their timeouts left. I know that time is running short. Under 6 minutes to go. Clock moves with 5:55. Here's another handoff, and this time Neighbors gets wrapped up in the backfield on a nice open field tackle by the only guy that we don't have a number for on the Granite City roster, number 60. Austin Bonvancino is number 60. I had him down as number 19. Okay, now we know.
Number change there, and he makes that tackle.
There's another handoff to Neighbors, and he brings it around the left side, has a little bit of room, gets a 1st down before gets about to the 5-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds. Collinsville can get a 1st down at the 1-yard line. And the out-of-bounds play stops the clock with 5:24 left to play here in this 4th quarter. It'll be 3rd down from the 5. Moore in shotgun, and Neighbors on one side, Williams on the other. Williams is going to get this one. He goes up the middle, and right before he was ready to step in the end zone, he got clobbered right there. Everybody get out of my way so I can see the kid's number.
Comes up about a yard short of the 1st down, too. Cavs will have 4th and 1 on the 2.
Is that 7? Trenton Cotter?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is. Mr. Cotter show. Here's a touchdown.
Sloan getting that carry in the end zone.
1 yard run by Cameron Sloan. And Collinsville picks up their 4th touchdown.
All this with, there's under a minute to go. Oh, here's the 2-point play.
And good. How about that?
2-point conversion's good. And, yeah, the Kahoks gotten 21 points here, and all with following a minute to go in the 3rd quarter. Some more offense here late in the game.
Wow. It's a different turn of events here. I really wasn't expecting, but we'll go ahead and we'll take it. And we'll be back with the ensuing kickoff after a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Agape in Collinsville. Cafe Agape serves up delicious sandwiches, burgers, steaks, pulled pork, and the Collinsville favorite, the steak and onion sandwich. Cafe Agape has weekly lunch and dinner specials with pork steak Wednesdays, meatloaf Thursdays, and fish every Friday. Cafe Agape also offers catering service, and you can get Cafe Agape delivered now through the To-Go delivery app. Cafe Agape is open Monday through Friday from 11 to 7, and they're located at 703 St. Louis Road in Collinsville, or call 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233.
Collinsville putting on a late rush here in this 4th quarter. And at least the scoreboard is showing a little bit more of a respectable score at 53-29. Collinsville getting ready to kick it off here again, and this is a chance for Trey Simpson to work on his onside kick once again. There it is. It's popped up in the air, and Collinsville touches it, and it's on the ground, and the Kahawks have it. And flags come in.
Yeah, all kinds of flags come flying around. Stephen Green comes out of there with it. Chase Cowton had the first touch on it.
Wonder if I don't think they touched it early.
Yeah, it went more than 10 yards.
Oh, yeah.
When Cowton got his hand on it. And
Cowton looked like he was out there playing volleyball. He just popped that ball up in the air with his hands and hoped that somebody else could catch it.
Yeah, the ball was batted around like volleyball between a bunch of different guys, and Green came out of there with it.
We'll have to see what the conversation ends up being. Of course, the press box is on the other side, so he doesn't face us.
So maybe with all that, the ball getting batted around like a volleyball, they're going to call it illegal batting of the ball.
Yes, they are, and Granite City's going to get the ball. They didn't give I think what happened was maybe that the Collinsville player ran into the guy who was underneath the ball waiting for the catch, and you can't touch the player first. And then he threw his hands up in the air and tipped the ball.
So displacing him there, and then the illegal batting of the ball.
Well,
Chaos
Coach
won't get the ball.
Coach Popovich out giving his 2 cents worth to the referees.
They'll settle for it, not upset over that call. And
Granite City will have the ball right at the 50-yard line. All this coming with 4:46 left to play here in this 4th quarter. Freddie Edwards is back out there. Freddie Edwards was actually out there for the kickoff return as well. And now we're going to have another conversation between the head referee and Coach Popovich.
Yeah, it's one more question here. The line judge called the white hat referee over, and now everything's settled, and Granite City will start here from the 50-yard line.
Graham remains the running back here for Granite City. And Edwards remains at quarterback. Collinsville trailing by 24 points. Here is Edwards tries the right side and has modest success after skirting the line of scrimmage for the most part, but picks up about 6 on the play and into Collinsville territory. He did run out of bounds, so the clock will stop with 4:39 left. Collinsville has all 3 of their timeouts. Granite City has 2. We'll see if Collinsville wants to start using some of those timeouts on defense here, trying to save themselves some time. Here's a snap, and the handoff goes to Graham, and Graham gets wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. A modest gain, if any, about a yard, I guess.
Othello Williams getting the first grab on Graham, and
Collinsville would have to stop Granite City on this drive and then score 3 touchdowns and add all 3 two-point conversions just to tie. So that's the uphill battle that Collinsville faces.
Well, if you want to try to make that happen, you got to stop them here on this 3rd and short.
Sure do. Edwards in shotgun. Collinsville moved up front, but no one crossed into the neutral zone, so no flag. Here's the snap, and the handoff goes to Graham, and Graham gets a first down and a little bit more all the way to the 30-yard line. Ball comes out. Collinsville says they have it. Referees haven't indicated that yet.
More than enough for the first down, but the ball popped out, and
Collinsville does have it. Well, there you go.
Jalen Garth comes out of there with the ball. Granite City just not finishing this game real well, but they have a huge lead, or had a huge lead here. The Kahoks have cut down on a little bit, but an ugly finish here for Granite City so far.
3:44 left to play here in this 4th quarter, so you're going to have to score a touchdown every minute.
Yeah, really quickly. Try to air this out here, and maybe Burns or Holton.
And they are going to continue with Kyle Moore out there. Split backs on either side. Here's the snap, and the handoff is going to go straight up the middle by Kyler Williams, and Williams will get it up to about the 34-yard line.
He broke one earlier, but that's not what you need when you need 3 touchdowns.
No. A little 2-yard run is not going to do you much good. Here's a snap and another handoff. This one's going to go to Jaden Neighbors, and he's going to get caught in the backfield, and there's a holding call against Collinsville, and all this is going to be brought back.
I guess Sloan blocking the back there. He gave that last shove to try to get Neighbors free.
Holding call against Collinsville. That'll back them up. 3:12 left to play here in this 4th quarter. Next week, we are back at home for soccer and volleyball, and then back on the road for football. We'll run down next week's schedule here for you in just a moment. Here's a little sideline pass to Malcolm Burns, and he's pushed out of bounds just at the line of scrimmage and landed wrong on his left ankle, and he is hobbling. Malcolm Burns is.
Quickly to get over there to the sideline, get off his feet. I'll check on him. Hate to lose him to anything bad here very late in this game.
Yeah, that's why they don't have Chris Chai out there. Moore, and a false start against Collinsville. That'll stop the clock with 3:01 left to play. 53-29. Granite City had a 29-8 lead at halftime, and Collinsville has answered with 3 touchdowns here late in this game. Here's the handoff. It's going to go around the left-hand side to Cameron Sloan, and Sloan doesn't get anywhere either, and that drive went absolutely nowhere. Logan Gordon, 6-foot junior linebacker on the stop. And it'll be 4th and about 25 to go here for Collinsville.
Well, no doubt on what you're going to do here. You're going to try to air the ball out, get a big play. Last up, maybe the last offensive play if they don't convert.
Moore back to pass, rolls out to his left, avoids one sack, and then loses the ball, and Granite City will get the ball right back, and they'll get it back at the Collinsville 13-yard line.
Fumbled the ball, but it wouldn't have mattered who came up with it anyway. Granite will get it on that spot.
Yeah, if they would have threw the ball and it would have been an incomplete pass, they would have got the ball right there anyway.
See if Granite City will try to punch this in for one last score, or
try to get them to that 60-point mark.
Wouldn't even be their highest of the year. They put up 70 on Carnahan.
Yeah, 70-14. Granite City got scored on big time last week by Belleville West, 52 points, and the Warriors could only manage 7. So I'm guessing that Belleville West defense is pretty stout.
I said Edwards got hurt in that game, so he made a world of difference because they've put up big numbers in all their other games.
Yes, they have, including this one. Edwards stays in the game, hands the ball off to Logan Gordon. Logan Gordon was just in there on that stop on the last play for Collinsville, and now he comes in and plays a little bit of offense. Under 2 minutes to go. Jake Holton on the stop. Freddie Edwards in shotgun once again.
Running the clock down here, waiting for the signal to count it out.
Yeah, the referee in the end zone was counting down and how many seconds they had left as Logan Gordon takes it in from 9 yards out.
One last touchdown for Granite City. Going to make quick work following the stop on 4th down or turnover, and they're an extra point away from hitting the 60 mark.
Once again, Chase Reeves will be on to try an extra point. All this coming with 88 seconds left to play in this 4th quarter.
He just blew it in here. One guy would be late to arrive here. Plenty of time to work with, though, before they can get this kickoff.
Maybe. We'll see.
Whoa.
Well, somebody moved early. It's going to go as an offside call against Collinsville.
Stephen Green over way early.
And now they'll get to reset that play clock because they were dangerously close to a delay of game there on this extra point.
Move the ball up 1.5 yards and be an even shorter extra point.
I am not ready for cold weather. I am already freezing up here. My feet are cold, my hands are cold, my nose is cold. I'm just looking forward to getting in my car and getting the heat on. There's a bad snap and a bad kick, and that one goes wide. So the score will remain 59-29. So Edwardsville, still saying Edwardsville. Granite City will not get to that 60-point mark, providing some kind of unforeseen kind of a play here. Or duh. 59-29. Here's what we have coming up for you next week. We'll be back at home Tuesday and Thursday. We have boys soccer for you on Tuesday against Columbia at 6:30. Non-conference week for us almost. And then we return to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium Thursday for some girls volleyball against the Carlisle Indians. That game is scheduled to start at 6 o'clock, so about 15 minutes later than normal games start. The normal games are scheduled for 5:45, aren't they?
I believe so.
And then we'll be on the road next Friday, October the 5th at Belleville West. And that is going to be another one of those games that could be very lopsided because the Belleville West Maroons football program this year is very, very good.
They're looking to take down East St. Louis tomorrow.
Tomorrow afternoon, Belleville West and East St. Louis will hook up. That'll be a fun one, but I'll be working at Olive Garden, so come out and see me at Olive Garden. Or you can go check out a really good football game. Here's a bouncer that Sloan catches. at the 25 and brings it up to about the 42-yard line before he is brought out of bounds in front of his own bench. And Collinsville has 1 minute and 22 seconds in which to work. They do have 3 timeouts left, but I really can't see them using them unless they're close to scoring again.
This will get to Granite City to 3 wins, and they got Mater Dei Alton and Galesburg to finish it off. They got no conference championship to try to fall back on, so they got to get in qualified.
Lots of teams around the area had a chance to get that playoff berth tonight. Lots of 5-0 teams around the area that just need that 1 win to get themselves in. And you had a few 4-1 teams who need a win tonight. Of course, the 2-3 teams like Granite City and Collinsville really needed a win tonight to keep their playoff hopes alive, and Granite City is going to keep their dreams alive. Collinsville will have to win out if they want to even chance at sniffing the playoffs. And here is a handoff. It goes to Damian Clark.
Damian Clark gets the last 2 handoffs. Got a big gain and a first down the first time, and this time he's brought back right at the line of scrimmage, and we're under a minute to go.
Kyle Moore has been getting some work here in this latter part of this varsity game. Here's a handoff, and this one is going to go up to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down for Collinsville, and that's carry by, I don't know.
I thought it was Neighbors.
I don't have it. I thought it said 18. Could be wrong. I don't know. They get up and move around so quick. I just glanced, and now Moore will throw over to the far sideline to Colpatelli, and Colpatelli has himself a catch tonight.
And the clock doesn't stop there, and that will finish this game off.
That'll do it. Clock hits double zeros, 59-29, the final score, as the Granite City Warriors improved to 3-3, and they dropped Collinsville down to 2-4. And we now make our way into the Chiropractic Works post-game show. Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, owned by Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives all through chiropractic care and wellness. Visit Dr. McCluskey. Chiropractic Works in Collinsville at 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road in Collinsville. Call 343-3602 or online, chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. Back with the post-game show in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Hey guys, I'm Dr. Chris McCluskey, and I'm excited to be here talking to you about one of our favorite products that we offer to the practice members in our office. It's called Rico's Bioenergy Band. Now, over the last 15 years that I've been in health and wellness, we've been blessed to grow one of the busiest pediatric and family wellness centers in the United States, where we've helped tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of people. So today we're going to talk about Rico's Bioenergy Bands. It's a simple band that you wear around your wrist or your ankle. We even have dog bands. What the Bioenergy Band does, it helps you live a higher quality of life, which is exactly what my purpose in life is to help as many people live as high quality of life for as long as possible. So we're going to introduce to you Rico, the band, the science and technology. We're going to perform a test for y'all to show you how the product works.
I'm Rico with Rico's Bioenergy. I created Rico's Bioenergy wristbands. We've been around for around 7 years, and this company has grown to a $20 million company because we have a great product and it works.
And we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works post-game show here on the Kahok Sports Network as Collinsville drops this one tonight to Granite City 59-29. Collinsville assistant coach Zach Bilyeu joining us on the post-game show. And, wow, Freddie Edwards is as good as advertised, isn't he?
If not better.
Yeah.
You know, we've been watching him since he was a freshman. You know, you watch him on film, and I've seen him in person, so you kind of know what to expect. But he just gets better every year. You hear he might be dinged up. You hear things throughout the week, and you know coming in it doesn't matter because he's such a gamer, and he's unreal. You know, it's what we see in this conference over and over and over. But he is. You know, I coach against him in basketball as well, and he's just one of those great young men. You know, if I wasn't wearing purple, you kind of root for him as a young man, but it's tough watching him run around in a different colored jersey and do what he did tonight.
Yeah, not only with his legs, but when you're, ready for it to try to track him down, he'll kind of fake you out and throw one down the field, and somebody will catch it and run it in.
Well, that's Coach Haskell has that nice little Tim Tebow type play where you run up, get the linebackers to bite and throw it right over their head. And it's one of those things hard to game plan because there's not a lot of guys that can play quarterback like Freddie does. So it definitely it adds in another dynamic as far as game planning against him. And you do what you can, and he makes plays like he does. It's definitely tough.
Yeah, it gives your defense a little bit of fits out there, doesn't it?
Oh, it's a nightmare. You know, it's almost as bad as trying to game plan for a triple option or something like that because there's so many different things he can do with the ball in his hands. But you know, being in a game, we have to be better tackling and just the fundamental stuff. We just have to be better at those things.
Yeah, let's a couple of highlights though. A 70-yard touchdown pass to Holton that really it goes down as a touchdown pass, but that pass was thrown behind the line of scrimmage, and Holton did all the rest of the work.
You know, one of our captains as a junior, which says a lot about him as a person and the work he's put in this summer. And we've been waiting for that big play to come from him because you knew it was coming. We see it in practice all the time, and he's one he just always wants the ball in his hands. He's a gamer. He plays defense, and he just watching that was awesome for the coaches. I'm sure you know he was angry we were down, but you could tell he was pumped that he was finally able to break one because you knew it was coming. He's so shifty, and he runs downhill so hard. You knew he was going to break one eventually, so we're glad we could watch that one.
There was a rumor of a True Barber sighting in last week's game, and he finally got to see a lot of action here in this one's game. I remember him from last year. An exciting player, fun to watch, got that high motor that never stops, and he had a whale of a game tonight, but you know what he's going to remember? He's going to remember that interception that he could have had that went off his hands that ended up falling into the other guy's hands. But, man, other than that, he played a great game, I thought.
Oh, absolutely. It's great to have him back. You know, we've been kind of plugging and playing. We've lost a few guys, bad decisions. Some guys have stepped away from the team. You know, you kind of have those things throughout the season, especially in high school, and we get that. We kind of thought he was going to be gone for the season when he was first diagnosed. So getting him back, I thought last year, being outside of this coaching staff watching, I thought he was the best tackler on the team. I mean, he's one that he's 5'7", he's Mighty Mouse. He's just ready to lay the wood and really get after it tackling, and it's a big help to have him back because then we don't have to plug and play so many different spots. And he knows from that, you know, that there's a lot of misplays. Obviously, when you have a score and you're down by 30, there's a lot of misplays, and that one play doesn't make or break the game when we have a lot of miscues like we had tonight.
All right, so no rest for the weary, man. You got a very, very tough Belleville West team you got to travel to next week.
You know, and Coach Pest's going to have him coached up. You know, we knew we'd see everyone's best shot as our last round through the Southwestern Conference for the next couple of years. And, you know, we just have to game plan and get back to the basics. I think we've been in some games, you know, playing East St. Louis, they've got a ton of D1 talent. We drove the ball on them. We played well, but we just allow the big play. If we can just – you know, we kind of have that bend, don't break mentality, and it was working for us through our couple of wins. It was successful against O'Fallon, and we just got to get that rebuy-in on that because I think once we give up a few plays here and there, I think we're starting to see a little bit of panic, and we just got to get that back in that we just do the right things and we work on the fundamentals, we'll be fine. We just can't break. We're bending, and then we give a big play and we break. We've got to limit those big plays and keep ourselves in the game.
All right, man. Thanks for the time. Watch out, my hands are like popsicles.
Oh, I'm freezing. Thanks, sir.
Thanks. That's Zach Billieu, the assistant coach here for your Collinsville Kahawks, as they take it on the chin tonight by a final score of 59-29. Final break coming up on the Chiropractic Works postgame show. When we come back, myself and Chris Kettler will wrap this one up for you, and we'll do that next on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Hey guys, I'm Dr. Chris McCluskey, and I'm excited to be here talking to you about one of our favorite products that we offer to the practice members in our office. It's called Rico's Bioenergy Band. Now, over the last 15 years that I've been in health and wellness, we've been blessed to grow one of the busiest pediatric and family wellness centers in the United States, where we've helped tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of people. So today we're going to talk about Rico's Bioenergy Bands. It's a simple band that you wear around your wrist or your ankle. We even have dog bands. What the Bioenergy Band does, it helps you live a higher quality of life, which is exactly what my purpose in life is to help as many people live as high quality of life for as long as possible. So we're going to introduce to you Rico, the band, the science and technology. We're going to perform a test for y'all to show you how the product works.
I'm Rico with Rico's Bioenergy. I created Rico's Bioenergy wristbands. We've been around for around 7 years, and this company has grown to a $20 million company because we have a great product and it works.
welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works post-game show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Collinsville loses this one tonight 59-29, and their record now stands at 2-4 as Chris Kettler comes back into the mix. And Chris, boy, if it wasn't for a 21-point outburst there in that first quarter by Granite City, I think this game might have been a little closer.
Yeah, you would have hoped a different start there. The offense would have got going a little more and changed this game around a little bit, put a little more pressure on Granite City to keep up with the points, not just run away with it all. But Freddie Edwards was too much for our defense here tonight. It's tough, but now the team needs to focus here for the final third of the season. Seeing them out here talking, and I hope that some guys can stay with it here and be proud to be Kahok here with the final 3 games of the year.
And, normally when you talk about halftime adjustments, you're normally talking about, well, the defense needs to make some halftime adjustments to stop this onflow of points. I don't really think that happened, but somewhere along the line they made an adjustment on offense and started getting things together and moving the ball quite well in the second half.
And it helped to get those big plays. I don't know if it was a injury or something that took Chai out of it, but Moore gave them a different look here, and they were able to get the ball down and get some more points here and turn the very lopsided score a little closer and gave you some hope there, at least in the final few minutes, to try to pull off some kind of miracle.
And you heard me talking to Coach Bilyeu about having True Barber back out there, and I'm glad he's back out there. I'm sure that the team is too, and I'll tell you what, he can make a little bit of a difference, and that's if he comes up with that interception down there instead of having it hit off of his hands, that might be a game changer, and we're talking about a different score.
Yeah, especially since the offense got going later in the game. If you keep one score off the board, you were within 3 scores, maybe down to the 2 scores, and anything could happen late in the game.
All right, sir. Thank you very much. I'll see you Tuesday at soccer.
I'll be there, and I'll be glad to join you here on the football next week at Buffalo West.
Yeah, we'll be there as well, too. All right, that is Chris Kettler. We thank him for his service here on the Kahok Sports Network as our color guy tonight. And a special thank you to Andy Albertina for running the camera. Big thanks to Coach Mike Popovich in the post-game show. And, of course, Assistant Coach Zach Bilyeu in the Popovich in the pregame show, Coach Bilyeu in the post-game show. Final score again, 59-29. Our next action comes your way Tuesday night. Soccer action from Kahok Stadium as the Columbia Eagles are in town to battle your Kahawks for a 6:30 non-conference start. So, until Tuesday night, everyone, have yourselves a fantastic evening.